Hello, everybody. Welcome to the TV show Iceberg. This was something I wanted to do a different type of stream for a while. I'm actually going to turn this down a little bit. This is a little loud. There. How's that looking? That's better. Okay. But yeah, this is something I wanted to do. I wanted to do a different type of stream for a while, and like doing an iceberg I think would be pretty fun. So we're doing the TV show Iceberg. I have to do the obligatory iceberg description. For those of you who don't know what an iceberg is a way to categorize known information about a certain topic from most common, aka the surface level of information, down to the more obscure stuff, the depths. And it does get weirder and sometimes a lot darker the farther down you go. So now, and today we're doing the TV show. So, I'm assuming a lot of people are gonna know the first two layers. The first two layers are like the well-known stuff, and then I'm assuming once we get down to layer 3 is when you're gonna start getting stuff that people haven't heard of. And then down here on the bottom we have whatever this is, which I still don't know, because when you pull it up, you know what? You'll see when we get there. Yeah, I haven't really done any prior research into this, like at all. I was debating whether to do it, like go and research the things myself and then explain it, or do it with you guys and learn that way. And I decided to do it that way, since I think that would be more interesting and more genuine of reactions to learn things. But yeah, so I really don't know anything. I'm going in with my knowledge of things that I already have, so not much. Although there is one show farther down the iceberg that I actually know about, which is gonna be a little odd, but you'll see when we get there. But yeah, let's make sure it's, okay, we're good. Just had to make sure it was actually working. But yeah, so surface level. Everyone should know these shows. The Simpsons, they're right here. Bart, Lisa, Maggie, Marge, Homer. Shenanigans Ensue. Family Guy is, Simpsons was created by Matt Groening. Family Guy created by Seth MacFarlane. Peter, Lois, Meg, Brian, Stewie. Chris, I forgot his name. It's like The Simpsons, but with not yellow people and more vulgar and obscene, more like blood and such. Sesame Street, created by the Jim Henson Company. The Puppets, everyone knows it. Elmo, Grover, Big Bird, all of them. Teaches young children how to spell, or not how to, like teaches kids letters, numbers, stuff like that. Everyone knows Sesame Street. Everyone's gonna know like pretty much all of these. Big Bang Theory, the biggest nerd show on the planet. It's just like it's a sitcom, this group of people. It's like just smart nerd stuff. I Love Lucy, I'm actually not certain as what. American television sitcom that originally aired on CBS from October 15, 1951 to May 6, 1957, with a total of 180 half-hour episodes spanning 6 seasons. Show starred Lucille Ball, her husband Desi Arnaz, along with Vivian Vase and William Frawley. Series followed the life of Lucy Ricardo, a young middle-class housewife living in New York City who often concocted plans with her best friends Ethel and Fred Mertz, Vance and Frawley, to appear alongside her band leader husband Ricky Ricardo in his nightclub. Lucy is depicted trying numerous schemes to mingle with and be part of the show business. After the series in 1957, a modified version of the show continued for 3 more seasons with 13 one-hour specials, which ran from 1957 to 1960. It is the first known as the Lucille Ball Desi Arnaz show, and later in reruns as the Lucy Desi Comedy Hour. There we go. Pokemon. Everyone knows Pokemon. The anime, yes, follows Ash and his adventures through the different regions with the Pokemon. 2.5 Men. American television sitcom originally aired on CBS for 12 seasons from September 22nd, 2003 to February 19, 2015. Originally starring Charlie Sheen, John Cryer, and Angus T. Jones. The series was about a hedonistic jingle writer, Charlie Harper, his upright brother Alan and Alan's mischievous son Jake. As Alan's marriage falls apart and divorce appears imminent, he and Jake move into Charlie's beachfront Malibu house and complicate Charlie's freewheeling life. Seinfeld. American television sitcom created by Larry David and Jerry Seinfeld, aired on NBC July 5th, 1989 to May 14th, 1998, over 9 seasons and 180 episodes. It stars Seinfeld as a fictionalized version of himself and focuses on his personal life with 3 of his friends, George Costanza, I don't know how to pronounce names, and his neighbor from across the hall, Kramer. It is set mostly in an apartment building in Manhattan's Upper West Side, New York City. It is described as a show about nothing, often focusing on the minute of daily life. Interspersed a few times each episode are moments of stand-up comedy from the fictional Jerry Seinfeld, frequently using the episode's events for material. I have watched like an episode or 2 of Seinfeld. I'm not a fan. I don't find it funny. It's just not. I just don't really find it that funny. Friends, I've never been a fan of, but my sister loves the show. Oof, sorry, I sound all gross right now. American television show created by David Crane and Marta Kaufman, aired on NBC September 22, 1994 to 2004, lasting 10 seasons with an ensemble cast including Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, Lisa Kudrow, Matt LeBlanc, Matthew Perry, and David Schwimmer. Show revolves around 6 friends in their 20s, 30s who live in Manhattan, New York City. The series was produced by Bright Kaufman Crane Productions and associated with Warner Bros. Television. The original executive producers were Kevin S. Bright, Kaufman, and Crane. Yes. Friends, everyone knows Friends. Well, a lot of people know Friends. Wheel of Fortune, everyone knows Wheel of Fortune. Game show, you spin the wheel. You spin the wheel, guess the letters, try and get the puzzles right. Yes. Oh my goodness. It's old. Aired continuously since January of 1975. Wow. Very long running show. Oh yeah, something I forgot to mention. The Simpsons is the single longest running animated TV show of all time. The Simpsons. Jeopardy, same vein as Wheel of Fortune, game show. It's been going for a while. It shows a quiz competition that revolves around reverses the traditional question and answer format of many quiz shows. Rather than being given questions, contestants are given general knowledge clues in the form of answers, and they must identify the person, place, or thing, or idea that the clues describe, phrasing each in the response in the form of the question, such as "What is blah 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 blah?" And yes, Alex Trebek, may he rest in peace. So sad he's gone. Ellen. Yeah, Ellen DeGeneres Show, often shortened to Ellen or The Ellen Show, is an American daytime television variety comedy talk show that was created and hosted by the namesake Ellen DeGeneres. Debuting on September 8, 2003, is produced by Telepictures and aired in syndication. The majority of stations owned by NBC owned television stations, along with Hearst Television and Tegna, served as the program's largest affiliate base for the first 5 seasons. The show was taped in Studio 11 in California. From season 6 on, the show moved to being taped in Stage 1, the Warner Bros. Lot. Since the beginning of the 6th season, the other shows have been broadcast in high definition. Yes! Final episode aired on May 26, 2022, as previously announced on March 17, 2022. Repeats air on stations across the U.S. until September 9th, after which most stations begin occupying the show with newscasts or syndication programs. Yes. I'm assuming the reason it ended was because Ellen was revealed to be just kind of an asshole to people who worked under her. American Dad, also created by Seth MacFarlane. Sitcom created by Seth MacFarlane. American Dad is the first television series made to premiere on Fox's animation domination block. Premiered February 6, 2005, following Super Bowl 39, with the rest of the first season airing 3 months later, beginning May 1st, 2005. American Dad is a joint production between Underdog Productions, Fuzzy Door Productions, and 20th Television Animation Syndication by 20th Television. Yes. Similar to Family Guy, but follows the Smith household. Yes, with their alien Roger. All that delightful little stuff. What was SpongeBob? Everyone knows SpongeBob. It's SpongeBob. American animated comedy television created by marine scientist, educator, and animator Steven Hillenburg. May he rest in peace. For Nickelodeon, it chronicles the adventures of the title character and his aquatic friends in the fictional underwater city of Bikini Bottom, the fifth longest running American animated series. Its highly popularity has made it a media franchise. It is the highest rated Nickelodeon series and the most profitable property for Paramount Consumer Products, generating over $13 billion in merchandising revenue as of 2019. My God, that is a lot. The X-Files, everyone knows the X-Files. At least you know the theme song. Everyone knows that, especially if you were like me when you were a kid and were really into cryptids and such, and you heard that in every single cryptid video. American science fiction drama television career Chris Carter. The series revolved around FBI special agents Fox Mueller and Dana Scully, who investigate X-Files, marginalized unsolved cases involving paranormal phenomena. The original series aired from September 1993 to May 2002 on Fox. The program spanned 9 seasons with 202 episodes. A short 10th season consists of 6 episodes ranging from 2016, from January to February 2016. Following the rating success of the revival, X-Files returned for an 11th season of 10 episodes, which ran from January to March 2018. In addition to the television series, 2 feature films have been released. 1998 film The X-Files, which took place as part of the TV series continuity, and the standalone film The X-Files, I Want to Believe, released in 2008, 6 years after the original television run had ended. Yes, The X-Files, all that jazz. Breaking Bad. This has kind of made a bit of a resurgence recently in the form of memes with the Mr. White stuff. American crime drama television series created and produced by Vince Gilligan. I've never seen an episode of the show. Set and filmed in Albuquerque, New Mexico, the series follows Walter White, an underpaid, overqualified, and dispirited high school chemistry teacher who's struggling with a recent diagnosis of stage 3 lung cancer. White turns to a life of crime and partners with a former student, Jesse Pinkman, to produce and distribute crystal meth to secure his family's financial future before he dies while navigating the dangers of the criminal underworld. The show aired on AMC from January 28, 2008 to September 29, 2013, consisting of 5 seasons for a total of 62 episodes. You think it'd be longer with how popular it was. Yeah, I've never seen a single episode of Breaking Bad or The X-Files or Friends or Seinfeld. None of them. Or Two and a Half Men. Just none of them. It just not really shows that I decided to watch. My Little Pony. Everyone knows My Little Pony. Animated children's television series based on the 4th incarnation of Hasbro's My Little Pony franchise. The series follows a studious unicorn, later an alicorn, who Pony named Twilight Sparkle, and her friends Applejack, Rarity, Fluttershy, Rainbow Dash, Pinkie Pie, and her dragon assistant Spike. They travel on adventures and help others around Equestria, solving problems with their friendships. Yes, a lot of people know My Little Pony, especially due to the Brony fandom. I am not a Brony. I don't care if you are. It's whatever. It's not my thing to judge. King of the Hill. King of the Hill is an American anime sitcom created by Mike Judge and Greg Daniels for Fox that aired its original non-syndicated run from January 12, 1997 to September 13, 2009. It centers on the Hills, an American family in the fictional city of Arlen, Texas, as well as the neighbors, co-workers, relatives, classmates, friends, and acquaintances. Series protagonist, patriarch, and everyman Hank Hill works as assistant manager at Strickland Propane. He sells propane and propane accessories. He lives in a ranch-style house with his wife Peggy, his son Bobby, his niece Luann, and his pet bloodhound Ladybird. Hank's neighbors are his longtime friends Bill Dotreve, a divorced, bald, overweight military barber, and former high school football star, Dale Gribble, a paranoid, pro-gun, anti-government pest exterminator, and Jeff Boomhauer, a charismatic, soft-spoken, often unintelligible bachelor. The show's realistic approach seeks humor in the conventional and mundane aspects of everyday life, such as blue-collar workers, substitute teachers, the trials of puberty, and political correctness. King of the Hill is actually a show I have watched. I'm up to season 3 and I just kind of stopped watching it, but I want to watch it again. Because it's a good show. I like it. Beavis and Butthead, also created by Mike Judge, follows Beavis and Butthead, both voiced by Judge, a pair of teenage slackers characterized by their apathy, lack of intelligence, lowbrow humor, and love of heavy metal and alternative rock. Characters originated in Judge's 1992 short film Frog Baseball, which was broadcasted by MTV's animation studio Liquid Television. After MTV commissioned a full series on the characters, Beavis and Butthead ran for 7 seasons from March 8, 1993 to November 28, 1997. The series was revived for an 8th season, airing on MTV from October 27 to December 29, 2011. A second revival consisting of an initial 2-season order premiered on Paramount Plus on August 4th, 2022. Yes, so Beavis and Butthead are back. They are currently on Paramount Plus, which is interesting. I watched the first episode because it was on YouTube. It's alright. Jackass. It's an American reality comedy television series created by Jeff Tremaine, Spike Jonze, and Johnny Knoxville. It originally aired for 3 short seasons on MTV between October 2000 and August 2001, with reruns extending into 2002. The show features a cast of 9 carrying out stunts and pranks on each other or the public. The cast includes Johnny Knoxville, Bam Margera, Chris Pontius, Dave England, Ryan Dunn, Steve-O, Jason Weeman, Acuna, Aaron McGahee, and Preston Lacey. Show is controversial over its perceived indecency and encouragement of dangerous behavior. After MTV ended Jackass broadcast in 2002, it grew into a media franchise which included the spin-offs Wild Boys, Viva La Bam, Homewrecker, Blastozoid, Bam's Unholy Union, Dr. Steve-O, Bam's World Domination, and Bam's Badass Game Show. 9 feature films released by Paramount Pictures, 4 with expanded DVD versions, a video game, a mobile game, a DVD of unrelated bits not using the original TV show, a short-lived website featuring blogs and videos, merchandise, and several other videos released by various other means. The show placed 68th on Entertainment Weekly's new TV classic list and a significant part in 2000's American pop culture. Whew. That was a lot for Jackass. Scooby-Doo. Everyone knows Scooby-Doo. It's been going for a long time. Yes, this is one of the most famous pictures of Scooby-Doo seen from What a Night for a Night. It's the first episode of the original series. It is an American animated media franchise comprising many animated television series produced from 1969 to the present, as well as their derivative media. Writers Joe Ruby and Ken Spears created the original series Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? For Hanna-Barbera Productions in 1969. This is an old-ass show. But man, I love this series. Its Saturday morning cartoon series featured teenagers Fred Jones, Daphne Blake, Velma Dinkley, and Shaggy Rogers and their talking Great Dane named Scooby-Doo, who solve mysteries involving supposedly supernatural creatures through a series of antics and missteps. Yes. The current Scooby-Doo series, Scooby-Doo and Guess Who, premiered on June 27, 2019 as an original series on Boomerang streaming services and later HBO Max. In 2013, TV Guide ranked Scooby-Doo the 5th greatest TV cartoon of all time. Look at that. Every kid knows Scooby-Doo. Dragon Ball, never seen an episode. Dragon Ball is a Japanese media franchise created by Akira Toriyama in 1984. 5 anime installments based on the franchise have been produced by Toei Animation. Dragon Ball 1986, Dragon Ball Z 1989, Dragon Ball GT 1996, and Dragon Ball Super 2015, followed by the web series Super Dragon Ball Heroes 2018. Since 1986, 20 theatrical animated films based on the franchise have been released, 4 based on the original Dragon Ball anime, 15 based on Dragon Ball Z, and 1 based on Dragon Ball Super. There are also several television specials that broadcast on Fuji TV. Oh, excuse me, I just got back from lunch. I'm all kind of full of burps and such. Fuji TV 2 short films, which are shown at the 2008 Jump Super Anime Tour and Jump Festa 2012, respectively. A two-part hour-long crossover TV special between Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, and Toriko aired on Fuji TV in 2013. Additionally, there's a 2-part original video animation created as strategy guides for the 1993 video game Dragon Ball Z Side Story, planned to eradicate the Saiyans, which was remade in 2010 and included with the Raging Blast 2 video game. As with the franchise anime television series, all 20 films and the first 3 TV specials were licensed in North America by Funimation. In Europe, AB Group licensed the second and third Dragon Ball films, the first 9 Z movies, and the first two TV specials. Dragon Ball is one of the most successful franchises in animation history. The anime series is broadcasted in more than 80 countries worldwide. In the United States, the anime series has sold more than 30 million DVD and Blu-ray units as of 2017. Yeah, people really like Dragon Ball. Lost. I watched a good bit of this with my parents, but I never finished it. American science fiction drama television series by Jeffrey Lieber, J.J. Abrams, and Damon Lindelof. Aired on ABC from September 22nd, 2004 to May 23rd, 2010, over 6 seasons comprising a total of 121 episodes. The show contains The show contains elements of supernatural fiction and follows the survivors of a commercial jet airliner flying between Sydney and Los Angeles after the plane crashes on a mysterious island somewhere in the South Pacific Oceans. Episodes typically feature a primary storyline set on the island, augmented by flashback or flash-forward sequences which provide additional insight into the involved characters. I stopped watching after they killed one of the favorite characters for no real reason, and I was upset. The Walking Dead. American post-apocalyptic, yeah, not to be confused with the video game. The post-apocalyptic horror television series based on the comic book series by the same name by Robert Kirkman, Tony Moore, and Charlie Adlard. I don't know. Together forming the core of the Walking Dead franchise. The series features a large ensemble cast as survivors of a zombie apocalypse trying to stay alive under near constant threat of attacks from zombies known as walkers, among other nicknames. With the collapse of modern civilization, 3 survivors must confront other human survivors who have formed groups and communities with their own sets of laws and morals, sometimes leading to open hostile conflict between them. But yes, The Walking Dead. A lot of people know The Walking Dead. I haven't seen any episodes of The Walking Dead. I don't know why, it just wasn't something that appealed to me. Same goes for It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. This never appealed to me. It is an American sitcom that premiered on FX on August 4th, 2005. It moved to FXX beginning in the 9th season in 2013. Show is created by Rob McElhenney, who developed it with Glenn Howerton. It is executive produced and primarily written by McElhenney, Howerton, and Charlie Day, starring alongside Caitlin Olsen and Danny DeVito. The series follows the exploits of The Gang, a group of narcissistic sociopathic friends who run the Irish bar Patty's Pub in South Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Oof, excuse me, but spend most of their free time drinking, scheming, arguing amongst themselves, and plotting elaborate cons against others and at times each other, often for petty reasons such as personal benefit, financial gain, revenge, or simply out of boredom, while belittling, berating, and manipulating each other in the process at seemingly any opportunity. The 14th season concluded in November 2019 and was renewed for a 15th season in May 2020, which premiered on December 1st, 2021. This resulted in it having more seasons than any other American live-action comedy series, placing The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, which ran for 14 seasons between 1952 and 1966. In December 2020, the series was renewed for a total of 4 additional seasons, bringing it to 18 seasons. The show has received critical acclaim, with many lauding the cast performances and dark humor. It has amassed a large cult following. I thought this was over. How is it still going? Wow. Alright then. That 70s Show. American television, a period teen sitcom that aired on Fox from August 23rd, 1988 to May 18th, 2006. This series focuses on the lives of a group of 6 teenage friends living in the fictional town of Point Place, Wisconsin from May 17th, 1976 to December 31st, 1979. The main teenage cast members were Topher Grace, Mila Kunis, Ashton Kutcher, Danny Masterson, Laura Prepone, Wilmer Valderrama, and Lisa Robin Kelly. The main adult cast members were Deborah Jo Rupp, Kurtwood Smith, Dawn Stark, Tommy Chong, and Tanya Roberts. 1999, the show was remade by the ITV network in the United Kingdom as Days Like These, using almost verbatim scripts with minor changes to cultural references. Dexter. Oh, this one, not... Oh, I guess it is Dexter's Laboratory. Not there. American crime drama television series that aired on Showtime from October 1st, 2006 to September 22nd, 2013. Wow, that is a long time. Set in Miami, the series centers on Dexter Morgan, a forensic technician specializing in bloodstain pattern analysis for the fictional Miami Metro Police Department, who leads a secret parallel life as a vigilante serial killer hunting down murderers who have not been adequately punished by the justice system due to corruption or legal technicalities. The show's first season was derived from the novel Darkly Dreaming Dexter, 2004, the first in a series of novels by Jeff Lindsay. It was adapted for television by James Manos Jr., who wrote the first episode. Subsequent seasons evolved independently of Lindsay's work. The Amazing World of Gumball, one of my favorite TV shows, is an animated sitcom created by Ben Boclay for Cartoon Network and distributed by Warner Bros. Domestic Television. The series concerns the lives of 12-year-old Gumball Watterson, an anthropomorphic blue cat, and adoptive goldfish brother Darwin, who attend middle school in the fictional city of Elmore, California. Is it California? I don't think they ever stated that. I thought it was just Elmore, was just any town. They often find themselves in various shenanigans around the city, during which they interact with fellow family members, younger sister Anais, mother Nicole, and father Richard, and an extended supporting cast of characters. Hold on, now I need... World of Gumball location. Located in the U.S. state of California with an estimated weird population of 20,000. It's just sending from. Really? Do they ever state specifically that it's? I never knew they did. I guess they had to have stated it for it to be that common of knowledge. I never realized that. Ooh, whoa, my voice was terrible. I didn't know that it was specifically California. I thought it was just Elmore was just anywhere. I just thought it was like anywhere but vaguely America. Alright, well, anyways. Adventure Time is an American fantasy animated television series created by Pendleton Ward for Cartoon Network and distributed by Warner Bros. Domestic Television. The series follows the adventures of a boy named Finn and his best friend and adoptive brother Jake, a dog with the magical power to change size and shape at will. Finn and Jake live in the post-apocalyptic land of Ooh, where they interact with Princess Bubblegum and Ice King, Marceline, Bimo, and others. This series is based on a 2007 short film that aired on Nicktoons. After the short became a viral hit on the internet, Nickelodeon's executives passed on its option before Cartoon Network commissioned a full-length series from Fred Siebert and Ward, which was previewed on March 11, 2010. Oof, excuse me. The same year, the series premiered on Cartoon Network on April 5th and ended its 8-year run on September 3rd, 2018. I have watched a lot of the episodes on Adventure Time, but not all of them. I've only seen one episode of MASH, and it was for an American history class. MASH, an acronym for Mobile Army Surgical Hospital, is an American war comedy drama television series that aired on CBS from September 17, 1972 to February 28, 1983. It was developed by Larry Gelbart as the first original spin-off series adapted from the 1970 feature film MASH, which in turn was based on Richard Hooker's 1968 novel MASH, a novel about 3 army doctors. The series, which was produced with 20th Century Fox Television for CBS, follows a team of doctors and support staff stationed at the 4077th Mobile Army Surgical Hospital in Uju, South Korea during the Korean War. Yes. Yeah. If you have grandparents, you've probably heard of MASH. South Park, a lot of people have heard of South Park. I'm a fan of South Park. It's pretty fun. Yes, South Park is an American animated sitcom created by Trey Parker and Matt Stone and developed by Brian Gardner for Comedy Central. The series revolves around 4 boys: Stan Marsh, Kyle Broflovsky, Eric Cartman, and Kenny McCormick. As their exploits in and around the titular Colorado town, South Park became infamous for its profanity and dark, surreal humor that satirizes a wide range of topics towards an adult audience. Yes, South Park's also very popular for being very, topical. Pretty much every episode, the references they make are to things that are like currently happening. Like for the episode about Obama, they used actual voice clips from his inauguration speech, which happened like the same day or the day before. And fun fact, they have only ever missed one episode. They have only missed one date for an episode, and that was due to a blackout. So they are very good at keeping to the schedule. Mr. Bean is a British sitcom created by Rowan Atkinson and Richard Curtis, produced by Tyler Aspect and starring Atkinson as the title character. The sitcom consists of 15 episodes that were co-written by Atkinson along Curtis and Robin Driscoll. For the pilot, it was co-written by Ben Elton. The series was originally broadcasted on ITV, beginning with the pilot on January 1st, 1990, and ending with The Best Bits of Mr. Bean on December 15th, 1995. Based on a character originally developed by Atkinson while he was studying for his master's degree at the University of Oxford, the series centers on Mr. Bean, described by Atkinson as a child in a grown man's body, as he solves various problems presented by everyday tasks and often causes disruption in the process. The series has been influenced by physical comedy actors such as Jacques Tati and those from early silent films. Due to the original 5-year run, Mr. Bean was met with widespread acclaim and attracted large television audiences. The series was viewed by 18.74 million viewers for the episode The Trouble with Mr. Bean and has received a number of international awards, including the Rose d'Or. The series has been sold in 245 territories worldwide. It has inspired an animated spin-off and 2 theatrical feature-length films, along with Atkinson reprising his role as Mr. Bean for a performance at the London 2012 Summer Olympics opening ceremony, television commercials, and several sketches for comic relief. The program carries strong appeal in hundreds of territories worldwide because, in addition to the acclaim from its original run, it uses very little intelligible dialogue, making it accessible to people who know little or no English. Words are hard. The Price is Right, another game show. American television game show created by Bob Stewart, Mark Goodson, and Bill Todman, where contestants compete by guessing the prices of merchandise to win cash and prizes. Contestants are selected from the studio audience as the announcer calls their name and invokes the show's famous catchphrase, "Come on down!" Yes. So yeah, The Price is Right. Very popular animated, animated what? Very. Can you guys hear that? Is that a delightful sound? People are messaging me on Discord. Is that a nice sound to hear? Excuse me while I go shut my window. Hey, I'm streaming. These jerks don't even know I'm streaming. How do they? Don't they know they're disrupting the most important thing on the planet right now? Ow, my knee. I hurt my knee on my desk. Hit my knee on my desk. Okay, I'm back. Where were we? How I Met Your Mother. My favorite sitcom. How I Met Your Mother is an American sitcom created by Craig Thomas and Carter Bays for CBS. The series which aired from September 19th, 2005 to March 31st, 2014. Followed the main character Ted Mosby and his group of friends in New York City's Manhattan. As a framing device, Ted in 2030 recounts to his son Luke and daughter Penny the events from September 2005 to May 2013 that led him to meet their mother. How I Met Your Mother is a joint production by Bays and Thomas Productions and 20th Century Fox Television and syndicated by 20th Television, now Disney ABC Domestic Television. Yes, I love the show. I do not like the ending. The ending sucks. I despise that ending. It's terrible. The Sopranos. I've never seen an episode of this. The Sopranos is an American crime drama television series created by David Chase. The story revolves around Tony Soprano, a New Jersey-based Italian-American mobster, portraying his difficulties as he tries to balance family life with his role as leader of a criminal organization. These are explored during his therapy sessions with psychiatrist Jennifer Melfi. The series features Tony's family members, mafia colleagues, and rivals in prominent roles, most notably his wife Carmela and his protege/distant cousin Christopher Moltisanti. Yep. That's this. Caillou! It ended. It actually ended recently. It's a Canadian educational children's television show which aired on Teletoon with English and French versions, with its first episode airing on the former channel on September 15th, 1997. Later moved to Treehouse TV, with its final episode being shown on that channel on October 3rd, 2010. It was produced in Canada by... Wait, it ended in 2010? I thought it ended recently. Or no, the remake was recent. It was produced in Canada by the CNR Corporation, later Cookie Jar Entertainment. In Season 5, it was animated by the South African studio Clockwork Zoo. Based on the books by Not Even Gonna Try for that name, focuses on a 4-year-old boy named Caillou who's fascinated by the world around him, and he throws tantrums and always gets what he wants, therefore raising a sociopath. Dora the Explorer. American children's animated television show multimedia franchise created by Chris Gifford, Valerie Walsh, Valde, and Eric Weiner. That's not how you spell it. Eric Weiner. That premiered on Nickelodeon on August 14th, 2000, and ended on August 9th, 2019. Jesus, 19 years. The series was produced by Nickelodeon Animation Studio. The show focuses on adventures of a Latin American girl named Dora and her monkey friend Boots, with a particular emphasis on the Spanish language. The show is presented in the style of both an interactive CD-ROM game and a point-and-click adventure game, with gimmicks such as title cards appearing in windows and Dora asking the viewer to help her by showing the current items in her inventory and asking the viewer which one is best for the current scenario. I have never in my life thought of it as the style of a CD-ROM game and a point-and-click adventure game. What the hell are they talking about? That is the weirdest description of this show I've ever heard. The Office, I'm assuming it's the American one. Yes, is an American mockumentary sitcom television. I love The Office, it's a very good show. American mockumentary sitcom television series that depicts the everyday work lives of the office employees at the Scranton, Pennsylvania branch of the fictional Dunder Mifflin Paper Company. It aired on NBC from March 24th, 2005 to May 16th, 2013, spanning a total of 9 seasons, based on the 2001 to 2003 BBC series of the same name created by Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant. It was adapted for American television by Greg Daniels, a veteran writer for Saturday Night Live, King of the Hill, and The Simpsons. It was co-produced by Daniels' Deedle D Productions, and Revele Productions, later Shine America, in association with Universal Television. The original executive producers were Daniels, Gervais, Merchant, Howard Klein, and Bill Silverman, with numerous others being promoted in later seasons. I like The Office, very good show. Law and Order. Everyone knows the Dun Dun Show. It's the Dun Dun Show. Law and Order Special Victim Units, often abbreviated to Law and Order SVU or just SVU, is an American crime drama television series created by Dick Wolf's own production company, Wolf Entertainment, for NBC. The first spin-off of Law and Order it starred Christopher Maloney as Detective Elliot Stabler until Maloney left the series in 2011 after 12 seasons, and Mariska Hargitay as Detective, ultimately promoted to Captain Olivia Benson, now the commanding officer of the Special Victims Unit after originally having been Stabler's partner in a fictionalized version of the New York City Police Department. Maloney reprised his role as Stabler in 2021 in the spin-off series Law & Order Organized Crime. Law & Order SVU follows the style of the original Law & Order in that some episodes are loosely based on real crimes that have received media attention. Saturday Night Live, which is gone for ages with like 5 million different hosts. Often abbreviated to SNL, is an American late-night television sketch comedy and variety show created by Lorne Michaels and developed by Dick Ebersol. Michaels currently serves as the program's showrunner. The show premiere was hosted by George Carlin on NBC on October 11, 1975, under the original title NBC's Saturday Night. The show's comedy sketches was often parodied contemporary culture and politics, performed by a large and varying cast of repertory and newer cast members. Each episode is hosted by a celebrity guest who usually delivers the opening monologue and performs in sketches with the cast. With featured performances by a musical guest, an episode normally begins with a cold open sketch that ends with someone breaking character and proclaiming live from New York at Saturday Night, properly beginning the show. Jimmy Neutron. Great show. The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, sometimes shortened to Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, or commonly Jimmy Neutron, is an American CGI animated television series, the second installment in the Jimmy Neutron franchise. It is based on the 2001 film Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, created by John A. Davis, and serves as a sequel to it. It originally aired on Nickelodeon for 3 seasons from July 20th, 2002 to November 25th, 2006. The show follows an 11-year-old boy genius from Retroville, the eponymous character, as he goes on adventures with his best friend Carl Weezer and Sheen Estevez. Throughout the show, various mishaps and conflicts occur on these adventures as Jimmy's various inventions go awry. The series features voices of Debbie Derryberry, Jeffrey Garcia, and Rob Paulsen for the main 3 characters. Who doesn't love Rob Paulsen? Rob Paulsen's in everything and he's great. What does eponymous mean? Eponymous. Giving their name to something. Okay, that makes sense. Let's not go into that. Stranger Things. That's a show I tried to watch Stranger Things. I got so bored halfway through the first episode, I stopped. I just didn't like it. I just found it boring. It's an American science fiction horror drama television series created by the Duffer Brothers, who also serve as showrunners and are executive producers, along with Sean Levy and Dan Cohen. Produced by Monkey Massacre Productions and Levy's 21 Laps Entertainment. The first season was released on Netflix on July 15, 2016. Its second, third, and fourth seasons followed in October 2017, July 2019, and May and July 2022, respectively. In February 2022, the series was renewed for a 5th and final season. Oh, it's almost over. We've been here for 41 minutes and we're not even past the first tier. I'm going to start going through this faster. Futurama, American animated science fiction created by Matt Groening here on Fox, follows Philip Fry, cryogenically preserved 1,000 years. Revived on December 31st, $29.99, and yeah, Works interplanetary delivery company alongside One-Eyed the Robot Bender and other characters. Wallace and Gromit, British stop-motion comedy franchise created by Nick Park of Ardom Animations. The series consists of 4 short films and 1 feature-length film and has spawned numerous spin-offs and TV adaptations. Naruto, Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Masashi Kishimoto. It tells the story of Naruto Uzumaki, a young ninja who seeks recognition from his peers and dreams becomes the Hokage, leader of the village. The story is told in 2 parts. First preteen years, second in his teens. Blah 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 blah. Regular show. American animated sitcom created by Gigi Quintel for Cartoon Network. It ran from September 6, 2010 to January 2017, having 8 seasons and 261 episodes. Series stars Mordecai, Rigby, their co-workers, Skips, Pops, Muscle Man, High Five Ghost, and the boss Benson, all of whom work at the park as groundskeepers. Mark and Rigby spend their days slacking out, trying to avoid work to entertain themselves by any means, which leads to surrealistic, extreme, and supernatural misconduct. Bob's Burgers, American animated television sitcom created by Lauren Bouchard for the Fox Broadcasting System. Series centers on the Belcher family, parents Bob and Linda, and their 3 children, Tina, Jean, Louise, run a hamburger restaurant and often go on adventures of many kinds. Glee, American musical comedy drama television series that aired on Fox Network in the United States from May 19, 2009 to March 20th, 2015. Centers on the Glee Club called the New York Directions, a fictional at the fictional William McKinley High School, which competes as the show choir. It was disparate members deal with social issues, especially regarding sexuality, race, family, teen relationships, and teamwork. Peppa Pig, British preschool animated television show series by Ashley Baker Davis. Show follows Peppa, an anthropomorphic piglet, and her family, as well as her peers portrayed by other animals. Oof, excuse me. Fairly Odd Parents is an American animated television series by Butch Harmon and Nickelodeon. Series follows the adventure of Timmy Turner, 10-year-old boy, 2 fairly odd parents named Cosmo and Wanda, who grant him wishes and solve his everyday problems. Hilarity and hijinks ensue. The Flintstones is an American animated sitcom produced by Hanna-Barbera Productions. The series takes place in a romanticized Stone Age setting and follows the activities of the titular family, the Flintstones, and their next-door neighbors, the Rubbles. It was originally broadcast on ABC from September 30th, 1916, April 1st, 1966, and was the first animated series to hold a primetime slot on television. The Jetsons, American animated sitcom created by Hanna-Barbera Productions. It originally aired in prime time from September 23rd, 1962 to March 17th, 1963 on ABC, then later aired in reruns via syndication, while new episodes produced in 1985-1987. It was Hanna-Barbera's space-age counterpart to the Flintstones. They had a crossover at one point. The Muppet Show, sketch comedy television series created by Jim Henson featuring the Muppets. The series originally originated as 2 pilot episodes produced by Henson for ABC in 1974 and 1975. While neither episode was moved forward as a series, and other networks in the United States rejected Henson's proposals, British producer Lou Garrett expressed enthusiasm for the project and agreed to co-produce The Muppet Show for the British channel ATV. Yes, there's actually a very good video about Jim Henson's life, or a very good life of Jim Henson. Yeah, Defunct Lands Jim Henson series. Very good. I highly recommend looking at it. It's super good. It goes through his entire life from his birth to creating Kermit to his old shows to his failed pitches for the Muppets. Everything. It's so good. Oh, I love it. It's such a good series. I highly recommend looking at it. The Loud House is an American animated television series created by Chris Savino and for Nickelodeon. Series revolves around the chaotic everyday life of a boy named Nick Loud, who is the middle child and only son in a large family of 11 children. Set in a fictional town in southeastern Michigan called Royal Woods, based on Savino's hometown of Royal Oak. The series was pitched to the network in 2013 as a 2-minute short film, entered in the annual animated shorts program. It entered production the following year. The series is based on Savino's own childhood growing up in large families, and its animation is largely influenced by newspaper comic strips. Good show. I've watched I've watched a good bit of it. It's very nice. The Voice is an international reality television singing competition franchise. It is based on the reality singing competition The Voice of Holland, which was originally created by Dutch producer John de Mol and Dutch singer Roel van Velzen. Many other countries adapted the format and began airing their own versions. Starting in 2010, it has become rival to the Idols franchise, Rising Star, and the X Factor. Up until 2020, the franchise was owned by Talpa Network. The current owner is ITV Studios. Doctor Who is a British science fiction television program broadcasted at BBC since 1963. Is a very old show. The program depicts the adventures of Time Lord called the Doctor, an extraterrestrial being who appears to be human. The Doctor explores the universe on a time-traveling spaceship called the TARDIS. The TARDIS exterior appears to be a blue British police box, which is a common sight in the Britain in 1963 and was the series first aired. With various companions, the Doctor combats foes, works to save civilizations, and helps people in need. Yes. The Oprah Winfrey Show, often referred to as The Oprah Show, simply Oprah, is an American daytime syndicated talk show that aired nationally for 25 seasons, September 8th, 1986 to May 25th, 2011, in Chicago, Illinois. Is produced and hosted by Oprah Winfrey. It remains the highest-rated daytime talk show in American television history. Rugrats, an animated American television series created by Arlene Klasky, Gabor Supo, and Paul Germain for Nickelodeon. The show focuses on a group of toddlers, most prominently Tommy, Chucky, Angelica, and twins Phil and Lil, and their day-to-day lives, usually involving life experiences like that become much greater adventures in the imaginations of the main characters. And finally, for the first layer, Transformers, which doesn't have a link. Everyone knows Transformers more than meets the eye. Yes, they are robots that transform into different vehicles and fight the Decepticons, who also transform into different vehicles to save the world. Stars Optimus Prime, along other people like a Bumblebee. Alright, now we're finally... I kind of skimmed through the rest of those, because wow, it's been 48 minutes and we're finally on to the second tier, which is also going to be things that a lot of people know, but maybe not as many as tier 1. Tier 3 is when we're finally going to get into things that most people that are actually starting to become less common knowledge. So I'm going to skim through this one too. Hoarder is an American reality television series that debuted on A&E on August 17, 2009. The show depicts the real-life struggles and treatment of people who suffer from compulsive hoarding disorder. Yeah, I don't really like this show. It just kind of feels like a way to point and laugh at people who live a different life. To Catch a Predator is an American reality television series in the television news magazine program Dateline NBC, featuring confrontations with host Chris Hansen, partly filmed with hidden cameras of adult men arriving at a sting house to have sex with a minor and typically being arrested as a result. The minors are adults impersonating underage persons, generally ages 13 to 15, in online chats. Why is it only men? I don't know. I guess women are smarter when it comes to being pedophiles. Super Nanny is a British reality television program about parents' struggles with their children's behavior, mealtime, potty training, etc. The show features professional nanny Jo Frost, who devotes each episode to helping a family where the parents are struggling with child rearing. Through instructions and observations, she shows parents alternative ways to discipline their child and regain order in the household. Frost is a proponent of the naughty chair theory of discipline and is strictly opposed to smacking. That's good. My Name is Earl. What is this? It's an American television sitcom. I've never heard of this show. Created by Greg Garcia that aired on NBC Television Network from September 20th, 2005 to May 14th, 2009 in the United States. It was produced by 20th Century Fox Television and starred Jason Lee as Earl Hickey, the title character. The series also starred Ethan Suplee, Jamie Presley, Nadine Velasquez, and Eddie Steebles. Most episodes from the first season, the only a few from the rest, begin with Earl presenting the premise of the series. Another kind of guy who does nothing but bad things, then wonders why his life sucks. Well, that was me. Every time something good happened to me, something bad, I was always waiting around the corner. Karma. That's when I realized that I had to change, so I made a list of everything bad I've ever done, and one by one I'm going to make up for all my mistakes. I'm just trying to be a better person. My name is Earl. Okay. The X Factor. The British reality television music competition created by Simon Cowell, premiering on September 4th, 2004, is produced by Fremantle's Thames and Cowell's production company Psycho Entertainment for ITV, as well as simulcast on Virgin Media 1 in Ireland. The program ran for around 445 episodes across 15 seasons, each one primarily broadcasting later in the year until its final episode in December 2018. All the episodes were presented by Dermot O'Leary, with some exceptions. The first 3 seasons were hosted by Kate Thornton, while Caroline Flack and Ollie Murs hosted the show for the 12th series. Excuse me. I've had trouble sleeping recently, but I'm fine. Malcolm in the Middle is an American family television sitcom created by Linwood Boomer for Fox. The series premiered on January 9th and ended on May 14th, 2006 after a season and 151 episodes. The series follows a functional lower middle class family and stars Frankie Muniz. Okay, fun fact about Frankie Muniz: he has a brain disorder which causes him to not to have severe memory issues. He does not remember starring in this show. He does not remember being the lead in Malcolm in the Middle. That is wild. Anyways, stars Frankie Muniz in the lead role as Malcolm Wilkinson, an adolescent who tests at a genius level. While he enjoys his intelligence, he hates having to take classes for gifted children, which are called Krellboins by the rest of the kids at school, referring to the clumsy, nerdy lead character, Seymour Krellboin from Little Shop of Horrors. Jane Casimir plays Malcolm's overbearing, hothead, and beautiful and stunning mother, Liz. Okay, whatever. You get the basic gist. Miami Vice. I've heard of this, never seen it. It's an American crime drama television series created by Anthony Yerkovich and produced by Michael Mann for NBC. I'm getting so many notifications, it's unreal. The series stars Don Johnson and James Sonny Crockett and Don Johnson as James Sonny Crockett and Philip Michael Thomas as Ricardo Rico Tubbs. Two Metro-Dade Police Department detectives working undercover in Miami. The series ran for 5 seasons on NBC from 1984 to 1989. The USA Network began airing reruns in 1988 and broadcast an originally unaired episode during its syndication run of the series on January 25th, 1990. Oh man, why am I so full of... Hey Phantom, what's going on? Walker, Texas Ranger. American action crime television... Yeah, but how are you, Phantom? It's nice to have you here. American action crime television series created by Leslie Grief and Paul Haggis. Unfortunate last name. It was inspired by the film Lone Wolf McQuade, with both series and that film starring this series and that film starring Chuck Norris as a member of the Texas Ranger Division. Show aired on CBS in the spring of 1993, with the first season consisting of 3 pilot episodes. 8 full seasons followed, with new episodes airing from September 25th, 1993 to May 19th, 2001, and reruns continuing on CBS until January 28th, 2001. Excuse me. I'm a little sleepy. College Stylized in All Caps is an American television, documentary, reality, legal programming television series that is currently in its 33rd season. My God. It is produced by Langley Productions. It premiered on the Fox network on March 11, 1989. The series, known for chronicling the lives of police officers, follows city police officers and sheriff's deputies, sometimes backed up by state police and other state agencies, during patrol, calls for service, and other police activities, including prostitution and narcotic stings, and occasionally the serving of search and arrest warrants at criminal residences. Some episodes have also featured federal agents. The show assigns television camera crews to accompany police as they perform their duties. The show's formula follows the cinema verite, I guess. I don't know French convention, which does not consist of any narration, scripted dialogue, or incidental music, such as sound effects, depending entirely on the commentary of the officers and or the actions of the people with whom they come in contact, giving the audience a fly-on-the-wall point of view. Each episode typically consists of 3 self-contained segments, which often end with 1 or more arrests. Bad boys, what you gonna do? Alf is an American television sitcom that aired on NBC from December 22nd, 1986 to March 24th, 1990. Title character Alf, an acronym for alien life form, whose real name is Gordon Shumway, who crash lands in the garage of the suburban middle-class Tanner family. The series stars Max Wright as father Willie Tanner, and Sheedine as mother Kate Tanner, and Anderson Elson and Benji Gregory as their children Lynn and Brian Tanner. Alf is performed by puppeteer Paul Fusco, who co-created the show with Tom Patchett. Another fun fact, in the Marvel Comics, Alf was one of the victims of Thanos' snap. So there's a little thing for you. Heroes is an American superhero drama television series created by Tim Kring that aired on NBC for 4 seasons from September 25th, 2006 to February 8th, 2010. Series tells the story more. Oh. Ordinary people who discover that they have superhuman abilities and how these abilities take effect in the characters' lives as they work together to prevent catastrophic futures. The series emulates the aesthetic style of storytelling of American comic book using multi-episode story arcs that build upon a larger, more encompassing narrative. It was produced by Tailwind Productions in association with Universal Media Studios. It was filmed primarily in Los Angeles, California. Grey's Anatomy, an American medical drama television series that premiered on March 27, 2005 on ABC as a mid-season replacement. The series focuses on the lives of surgical interns, residents, and attendings as they develop into seasoned doctors while balancing personal and professional relationships. The title is an allusion to Grey's Anatomy, a classic human anatomy textbook first published in 1858 in London and written by Henry Gray. Shonda Rhimes developed the pilot and continued to write for the series until 2015. Christopher Vernoff, who produced and worked with Rhimes as the showrunner. Rhimes was also one of the executive producers alongside Betsy Beers, Mark Gordon, Christopher Vernoff, Rob Corn, Mark Wilding, Alan Heinberg, and Ellen Pompeo. Although the series is set in Seattle, Washington, it is filmed primarily in Los Angeles, California, and Vancouver, British Columbia. Final three. Excuse me. Final Space is an adult animated space opera comedy drama television series created by Olin Rogers and developed by Rogers and David Sachs. The series involves an astronaut named Gary Goodspeed and his immensely powerful alien friend Mooncake and focuses on their intergalactic adventures as they try to save the universe from certain doom. The series aired on TBS on February 26, 2018. It then moved to Cartoon Network's late-night programming block Adult Swim, started with the second season on June 24, 2019, followed by the third and final season on March 20th, 2021. On September 10th, 2021, Rogers announced that Adult Swim canceled the series after 3 seasons due to proposed merger of Warner Media and Discovery announced that year. In September 22, Rogers claimed on Twitter that the series would be written off as a loss for tax purposes by Warner Bros. Discovery once it completes its international run on Netflix. Oof. That sucks. Married with Children. Married with Children. Is an American television sitcom created by Michael G. Moy and Ron Leviat for Fox, originally broadcast from April 5th, 1987 to June 9th, 1997, is the longest-lasting live-action sitcom that aired on Fox. Married with Children was the first series to be broadcast in the primetime slot of the new Fourth Network Fox. Of the then new Fourth Network Fox. In addition to the show's original run, one episode that was not aired after filming on January 6, 1989 was aired on FX on June 18, 2002, 5 years after the series' conclusion. Beverly Hills 90210. Often referred to by its short title 90210, is an American teen drama television series created by Darren Star and produced by Aaron Spelling under his production company Spelling Television. The series ran for 10 seasons on Fox from October 4th, 1990 and to May 17, 2000, and is the first of 6 television series in the Beverly Hills 90210 franchise. The series follows the lives of a group of friends living in Beverly Hills, California as they transition from high school to college and into the adult world. 90210 refers to one of the city's 5 zip codes. Fun fact about me, before I knew it was 90210, I called that show Beverly Hills 9210. I just thought y'all would like to know. MasterChef is a competitive cooking reality show produced by Endemol Shine UK and Banijay and broadcast in 60 countries around the world. In the UK, it is produced by the BBC. The show initially ran from 1990 to 2001 and was revived in 2005 as MasterChef Goes Large. The revival featured a new format devised by Frank Rodham and John Silver, with Karen Ross producing. In 2008, the name was changed back to MasterChef, but the format remained unchanged. America's Funniest Home Videos. Do you guys remember AFV? I love this. I loved AFV. Is an American video clip television series on ABC based on the Japanese variety show Fun TV with Kato-chan and Ken-chan. The show features humorous homemade videos that are submitted by viewers. The most common videos feature unintentional physical comedy, pets or children, and some staged pranks. Originally airing as a special in 1989, it later... I'm a little sick right now. You guys can probably hear. It later debuted as a regular weekly series in 1990. The show was hosted by comedian Bob Saget in the 1989 special and the first 8 seasons of the series incarnation. Ooh, this is fun. Retiring from hosting in 1997, John Fulusing and Daisy Fuentes later took over as co-hosts for its 9th and 10th seasons, after 2 years of being shown as occasional specials hosted by various actors and comedians such as Dale Huey, Richard Kind, Stuart Scott, and Steve Carell. Really? He hosted one? ABC brought the series back on Friday nights in 2001 with Tom Bergeron. This is the one I remember, with Tom Bergeron, who hosted the show for 15 seasons. Alfonso Ribeiro took over as host in 2015 after Bergeron's retirement. On October 29, 2018, ABC renewed AFV for 2 more seasons, bringing to its 30th, which premiered on Sunday, September 29, 2019, and 31st premiered on Sunday, October 18, 2020 seasons. During the COVID-19 pandemic, host segments of episodes were filmed outside of the studio. These episodes featured quarantined individuals dealing with the lockdown and social distancing and were called AFV at Home. The last episode of the 13th season featured Ribeiro in an empty studio communicating via large monitor, which would be the format used in the 31st season on May 13, 2021. ABC renewed AFV for a 32nd season. Oh no, not Freddy. Oh no. Which premiered on October 3rd of the same year. On May 13, 2022, ABC renewed AFV for the 33rd season for an October 2nd premiere date. Oh god. Oh god, not Fred. No! I ran out of power. Jersey Shore is an American reality television series that ran on MTV from December 3rd, 2009 to December 20, 2012. The series follows the lives of 8 housemaids at a vacation home in Seaside Heights, New Jersey, or the Jersey Shore in season 1 through 5 and 6, South Beach, Florida in season 2, and Florence, Italy in season 4. Why? It's called Jersey Shore, yet 2 of the seasons don't even take place in Jersey. That doesn't make any sense. But fine, whatever. Cheers is an American sitcom television series that ran on NBC from September 30th, 1982 to May 20th, 1993 with a total of God dang, man. A total of 275 half-hour episodes across 11 seasons. The show is produced by Charles Burrows Productions in association with Paramount Network Television and was created by the team of James Burrows and Glennon Les Charles. The show is set in a real-life bar in namesake Cheers in Boston, where a group of locals meet to drink, relax, and socialize. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to keep yawning. Parks and Recreation, also known as Parks and Rec, is an American political satire mockumentary sitcom television series created by Greg Daniels and Michael Schur. The series aired on NBC from April 9, 2009 to February 24, 2015 for 125 episodes over 7 seasons. The special reunion episode aired on April 30th, 2020. Series stars Amy Poehler as Leslie Knope, a perky mid-level bureaucrat in the Parks Department of Pawnee, a fictional town in Indiana. The ensemble and supporting cast features Rashida Jones as Ian Perkins, Paul Schneiders, Mark Brendanowitz, Aziz Ansari as Tom Haverford, Nick Offerman as Ron Swanson, Aubrey Plaza as April Ludgate, Chris Pratt as Andy Dwyer, Adam Scott as Ben Wyatt, Rob Lowe as Chris Traeger, Jim O'Hare as Jerry Gehrig, Ree Retta as Donna Mingle, and Billy Eichner as Craig Middlebrooks. Hey Gold, how's it going? Sorry for all the yawning. I haven't been sleeping well in the past few nights. But yes, welcome to the iceberg. I'm doing it. I'm just going in blind. We're kind of skimming over the first 2 sections because they're fairly popular, and a lot of people know him. So yeah. Better Call Saul is an American crime and legal drama television series created by Vince Gilligan and Peter Gould, part of the Breaking Bad franchise. It's a spin-off, prequel, and sequel to Gilligan's previous series, Breaking Bad. Set primarily in the early to mid 2000s in Albuquerque, New Mexico, the series develops Jimmy McGill, an earnest lawyer and former con artist, to an egocentric criminal defense attorney known as Saul Goodman. Also shown in the moral decline of former police officer Mike. Not even gonna attempt that name. Who becomes a violent fixer for drug traffickers to support his granddaughter and her widowed mother. The show premiered on AMC on February 8, 2015. It concluded on August 15th, 2022, after 6 seasons consisting of 63 episodes. Oh man. What is The Blacklist? I've never heard of this. It's an American crime thriller television series that premiered on NBC on September 23, 2013. The show follows Raymond Red Reddington, James Spader, a former U.S. Navy officer turned high-profile criminal who voluntarily surrenders to the FBI after eluding capture for decades. He tells the FBI that he has a list of the most dangerous criminals in the world, which he has compiled over the years, and he's willing... Oh my god. Whoa. He's willing to inform on their operations in exchange for immunity from prosecution. Additionally, he insists on working exclusively with working FBI criminal profiler Elizabeth Kane. Interesting. Scrubs. Is an American sitcom created by Bill Lawrence that aired from October 2nd, 2001 to March 17, 2010 on NBC and later ABC. The series follows the lives of employees of the fictional Sacred Hearts Hospital, which is a teaching hospital. The title is a play on surgical scrubs and a term for a low-ranking person because at the beginning of the series most of the main characters are medical interns. Excuse me for a sec while I stretch. Oh man. Archer is an adult animated sitcom created by Adam Reed for FX that premiered on September 17, 2009. The show follows the exploits of a dysfunctional intelligence agency centered on Sterling Archer and 7 of his colleagues. His mother/boss, Mallory Archer, Lana Kane, Cyril Figgis, Cheryl Tunt, Pam Poovey, Ray Gillette, and Dr. Algernon Krieger. The show is set in an anachronistic Cold War-esque universe and parodies espionage, culture, and society and the human condition. Archer is distinguished by artistic reinvention in contemporary episodes, foregoing the standard setup of a workplace sitcom for self-contained anthologies. It returned to its spy parody roots post-10th season. Am I tired? Yeah. I am rather tired. I haven't been... I'm so sorry. I haven't been sleeping well recently. My medication gives me nightmares, so what has ended up happening is I try to avoid sleeping to not have nightmares, only to stay up way too late, fall asleep, and then wake up way late. I woke up at fucking noon today. And that's the latest I ever woke up. I missed class. Not even like, oh, I woke up and it had started, so I didn't go. I missed the entire class. That class ends at 11:50. I missed the entire thing. Yeah, it's not great. But I mean, it's better than the alternative, which is not having my medication. So after this, I'm gonna go... Yeah, sorry, I'm having trouble thinking. After stream, wow, I'm struggling with words. After stream, I'm gonna go, I don't know, I'm probably gonna go get a drink or something to hopefully wake me up. I've been missing a lot of class lately because I'm just I'm oversleeping. But I'm fine. I'll be fine. House of Cards is an American political thriller streaming television series created by Beau Willimon. It is an adaptation of the 1990 BBC series of the same name and based on a 1989 novel of the same name by Michael Dobbs. The first 13-episode season was released on February 1st, 2013 on the streaming service Netflix. House of Cards is the first TV series to have been produced by a studio for Netflix. House of Cards is set in Washington, D.C. and the story of Frank Underwood, Kevin Spacey, as an amoral politician and Democrat from South Carolina's 5th Congressional District, and his equally ambitious wife, Claire Underwood. Frank is passed over for appointment as Secretary of State but remains House Majority Whip, so he initiates an elaborate plan to attain power, aided by Claire. Series deals with themes of ruthless pragmatism, manipulation, betrayal, and power. What does pragmatism mean? A pragmatic attitude. That doesn't fucking help. What does that mean?
Pragmatism.
Pragmatism. What does that mean? I hate when that happens. Alright, I'm gonna go on a little rant for a second. I hate when you look up the definition of a word and then it gives you that word in the definition. Like, pragmatism. What does that mean? A pragmatic attitude or policy. Cool! What does pragmatic mean? I have to... Dealing with things sensibly and realistically in a way that is based on practical rather than theoretical considerations. And there it is again, relating to philosophical or political pragmatism. The hell does that mean? You can't just do that. Relating to pragmatics, that's not fair. You can't make a definition of the word that you're defining. That doesn't make any sense to me. That is not how definitions work. Oh my god. It makes me irrationally angry. Lazy Town is an Icelandic? Damn. Is an Icelandic children's health-based television series created by aerobics champion Magnus Scheving, based upon his Icelandic stage plays. Not even gonna attempt. It's self-adapted from 1991 Icelandic children's book. And nope. Series was commissioned by Nickelodeon in 2003, following the production of 2 stage plays and a test pilot originally performed in English. The show has been dubbed into more than 30 languages, including Icelandic, and aired in over 180 countries. The show combines live action, puppetry, and computer-generated imagery, making it one of the most expensive children's shows ever made. Can't hear, volume's down. What's new with me? Nothing much. Just tired. Just a very, very tired person. But nothing's really new. I've been playing Wolfenstein recently, which is very fun. I love those types of games. They're always great. And I love history, and especially alternative history is so cool. Eric Andre Show is an American surreal sketch comedy television series which began airing on May 20th, 2012. The show premiered on Adult Swim and is a parody of low-budget public access talk shows. The series is hosted by comedian Eric Andre and formerly co-hosted by fellow comedian Hannibal Buress and Blanaball, played by James Hazley. All episodes of the show have been directed by Kitao Sakurai and Andrew Barchalon. Gary Anthony Williams serves as the announcer in the first season, but was replaced by Tom Kane in the second season and Robert Smith from the third season onwards. Also, something I just realized I didn't do. I did not open Twitch properly to do stuff later, so I need to do that now. Stream Manager wasn't up, so I couldn't do anything. Which Wolfenstein game am I playing right now? Yeah, hold on, wait. Let me just close everything. New Order. Yeah, I'm doing New Order right now. Very fun, very good game. It's super fun. I also have the sequel because there was a pack for $9, and I was better to get 2 games for $9 than the first one for $6. So I got that, and yeah, maybe I'll stream the second one. Who knows? Sonic X is a Japanese animated television series based on Sega's Sonic the Hedgehog video game series, produced by TMS Entertainment under partnership with Sega and Sonic Team, and directed by Hajime Tamagaki. Sonic X initially ran for 52 episodes, broadcasting on TV Tokyo from April 6, 2003 to March 28, 2004. A further 26 episodes aired in the United States, Canada, Europe, and the Middle East from 2005 to 2006. The show's American localization and broadcasting were handled by 4Kids Entertainment, which edited it and created new music. Have I watched the new Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared TV series? I have! I watched all the episodes that I could find on YouTube. So good. I love it. And it looks like they're going for a kind of a more overarching story this time instead of just like contained anthological things. So while yes, it is still like, oh, weird stuff happens every episode and it's all resolved by the end, it seems like what they're doing is they're going to go for a more overarching story narrative. And I really enjoy that. I think that's really cool. Twilight Zone is an American media franchise based on the anthology television series created by Rob Serling. The episodes are in various genres including fantasy, science fiction, absurdism, dystopian fiction, suspense, horror, supernatural, drama, black comedy, and psychological thriller, often concluding with a macabre or unexpected twist and usually with a moral. A popular and critical success, introduced many Americans to common science fiction and fantasy tropes. The first series, shot entirely in black and white, ran on CBS for 5 seasons from 1959 to 1964. I'm sorry. I have a little bit of a cold going on right now. Twin Peaks is an American mystery serial drama television series created by Mark Frost and David Lynch. It premiered on ABC on April 8th, 1990, and originally ran for 2 seasons until its cancellation in 1991. The show returned in 2017 for a 3rd season on Showtime. Wow. The series follows an investigation headed by FBI Special Agent Dale Cooper and local Sheriff Harry S. Truman. The real Harry S. Truman? Into the murder of homecoming queen Laura Palmer in the fictional town of Twin Peaks, Washington. Show's narrative draws on elements of detective fiction, but its uncanny tone, supernatural elements, and campy melodramatic portrayal of eccentric characters also draws from American soap opera and horror tropes. Like many of Lynch's works, it is distinguished by surrealism, offbeat humor, and distinctive cinematography. The score was composed by Angelo Badalamenti with Lynch. But yeah, the new Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared series, so good. I love it. The Maury Show. Excuse me. The series premiered in 1991 as The Maury Povich Show and was produced by Mopo Productions in association with Paramount Domestic Television. The show began as the home. God damn. I'm sorry for swearing. 1995-1996 season, although its original title remained unofficial until 1998 when Studio USA took over production. The show was officially retitled Murray. Mopo Productions Incorporated has continued to co-produce the NBC Universal with NBC Universal. For the series' first 18 season, it was taped in New York City from 2009 until its end in 2022. The show was taped at the Rich Forum in Stamford, Connecticut, which is alternatively known as the Stanford Media Center, along with NBC's other syndicated programming. With a run spanning 31 seasons, Maury is the longest-running daytime talk show with a single host in American history. Oh, man. Ugh, gotta wake up. The Boondocks is an American adult animated sitcom created by Aaron McGruder and for Cartoon Network's late-night programming block Adult Swim. Is based upon his comic strip of the same name. The series premiered on November 6, 2005. The show focuses on the dysfunctional black family, the Freemans, settling into the fictional, friendly, and predominantly white suburb of Woodcrest. The perspective offered by this mixture of cultures, lifestyles, social classes, stereotypes, viewpoints, and racialized identities provides for such of the series as satire, comedy, and conflict. Arrested Development is an American television sitcom created by Mitchell Hurwitz. It aired on Fox for 3 seasons from November 2nd, 2003 to February 10th, 2006, followed by 2 seasons on Netflix from May 26, 2013 to March 15, 2019. Arrested Development follows the Blues, a formerly wealthy, dysfunctional family. It is presented in a serialized format, incorporating handheld camera work, voiceover narration, archival photos, historical footage, and maintains numerous running gags, catchphrases. Ron Howard served as both an executive producer and the omniscient narrator, and in later seasons appears in the show as a fictionalized version of himself. Set in Newport Beach, California, Arrested Development is filmed primarily in Culver City and Marina del Rey. Impractical Jokers is an American hidden camera reality show with improvisational elements produced by North South Productions. Practical Jokers premiered on premiered on True TV on December 15, 2011, starring the members of the Tenderloins, James Murray, Brian Q. Quinn, Sal Vulcano, and Joe Gatto, until his departure partway through season 9 after 17 episodes into the season. It occasionally airs on TBS. Impractical Jokers' 9th season premiered on February 4, 2021. The series has been renewed for a 26-episode 10th season featuring a rotating group of guest comedians instead of Gatto. A feature-length film being produced in April 2018 was theatrically released on February 21st, 2020. Oof. Midnight Mass I've also never heard of. It's an American supernatural horror streaming television miniseries created and directed by Mike Flanagan and starring Zach Gilford, Kate Siegel, Hamash Linklater, Samantha Sloan, Raoul Coley, Kristen Lehman, and Henry Thomas. The plot centers on an isolated island community that experiences supernatural events after the arrival of a mysterious priest. It was released on Netflix on September 24, 2021 and received positive reviews, so that's good. Squid Game, the thing that took over the entire planet for a bit, is a South Korean survival drama television series created by Hwang Dong-hyuk for Netflix. Why does that look weird? I don't know. Its cast includes Lee Jung-jae, Park Hao-soo. I am so sorry for these pronunciations, by the way. I'm an American. I can't pronounce things to save my life. I try my best. Lee Jung-jae, Park Hao-soo, Wee Ha-jun, Ho Yeon, Jung Oh Young-soo, Hyo Sung-tae, Anupam Tripathi, and Kim Joo-ryong. Series revolves around a contest for 456 players, all of whom are in deep financial hardship, risk their lives to play a series of deadly children's games for a chance to win 45.6 billion Korean Republic won, which is $35 million in the US and 33 million euros or 29 million pounds as a broadcast prize. Title of the series draws from a similarly named Korean children's game. Hwang had conceived of the idea based on his own economic struggles early in life, as well as the class disparity in South Korea and capitalism. Though he had initially written it in 2009, he was unable to find a production company to fund the idea until Netflix took an interest around 2019 as part of their drive to expand their foreign programming offerings. Excuse me. Basically any Gordon Ramsay show. Yeah, so Gordon Ramsay is a British chef, restaurateur, television personality, and writer. His restaurant group, Gordon Ramsay Restaurants, was founded in 1987. Yes, but Ramsay's television appearances are defined by his bluntness, fiery temper, strict demeanor, and frequent use of profanity. He combines activities in the television, film, hospitality, and food industries, and has promoted and hired various chefs who have apprenticed under his wing. He is known for representing television programs around competitive cookery and food, such as British television series Hell's Kitchen, Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares, The F Word, and with Kitchen Nightmares winning the 2005 British Academy Television Award for Best Feature in the American versions of Hell's Kitchen, Kitchen Nightmares, MasterChef, and MasterChef Junior, as well as Hotel Hell, Gordon Behind Bars, Gordon Ramsay's 24 Hours to Hell and Back, and Next Level Chef. Yes. It was appointed an OBE by Queen Elizabeth. What is an OBE? What is an OBE? He was knighted. Service to the hospitality industry. Okay, so he was knighted. That's interesting. Is that what that means? I don't know. I'm not British. I don't know. I don't care. Ridiculousness is an American comedy clip show that began airing on August 29, 2011 on MTV. It is hosted by Rob Dyrdek and co-hosted by Sterling Stilo Brim and Channel West Coast. Ridiculousness strictly showcases various viral videos on the internet, usually involving failed do-it-yourself attempts at stunts, to which Rob and his panelists add mockery and reaction. The producers of the series and MTV refused any submitted videos for the show for the safety of their viewers, instead licensing already existing content. Smart. BoJack Horseman is an American adult animated black comedy drama streaming television series created by Raphael Bob Waxberg. It stars the voices of Will Arnett, Amy Sedaris, Alison Brie, Paul F. Tompkins, and Aaron Paul. Set primarily in Hollywood, renamed to Hollywoo shortly into season 1, and then briefly renamed Hollywoob after Mr. Peanut Butter attempts to change the name back to Hollywood in the final season. Series revolves around an anthropomorphic horse named BoJack Horseman, the washed-up star of a 1990 sitcom who plans his return to celebrity relevance with an autobiography to be written by ghostwriter Diane New. No, not even an attempt. He also had to contend with his agent Princess Caroline, roommate Todd Chavez, and and former rival Mr. Peanut Butter, as well as his struggles with depression and addiction. The show is designed by cartoonist Lisa Hanawalt, who has been friends with Bob Waxberg since high school and had previously worked with him on the webcomic Tip Me Over, Point Me Out. 60 Minutes. 60 Minutes is an American television news magazine broadcast on CBS television network, debuting in 1968. Jesus. The program was created by Don Hewitt and Bill Leonard, who chose to set it apart from others programs by using a unique style of reporter-centered investigation. In 2002, 60 Minutes was ranked number 6 on TV's guide list of the 50 greatest TV shows of all time. And in 2013, it was ranked number 24 on the magazine's list of 60 best TV series of all time. The New York Times has called it one of the most esteemed news magazines on American television. Drake and Josh is an American teen sitcom created by Dan Schneider, gross, for Nickelodeon. The series follows stepbrothers Drake Parker and Josh Nicholas as they live together despite opposite personalities. The series also stars Nancy Sullivan, Jonathan Goldstein, and Miranda Cosgrove. After actors Bella and Peg previously appeared in The Amanda Show, Schneider decided to create Drake and Josh with them in starring roles. The series aired from January 11, 2004 to September 16, 2007, totaling 57 episodes and 4 seasons. I've never seen an episode of this show, either. There's a lot of these shows I just haven't seen. They also had 2 TV films, Drake and Josh Go to Hollywood in 2006, and Merry Christmas, Drake and Josh, 2008. The series' opening theme song, I Found a Way, is written by Drake, Bell, and back Mike House, and performed by Bell. Dinosaurs. It's an American family sitcom television series that aired on ABC for 4 seasons from April 26, 1991 through July 20th, 1994. Preempted episodes that had never been allowed to run also aired a second part of the 4th season from September 6, 1995 through November 10th, 1995. And reruns were shown on Disney Channel. The show about a family of anthropomorphic dinosaurs were produced by Michael Jacobs Productions and Jim Henson Television, association with Walt Disney Television, and distributed by Buena Vista International Incorporated. The characters were designed by Henson team member Kirk Thatcher. Where was I? Beat Shazam. Beat Shazam is an American television musical game show which premiered on Fox on May 25th, 2017. The show is hosted by Jamie Foxx, who is also an executive producer on the show, along with Jeff Appeloff, who created the show with Wes Cable on July 12, 2017. Fox renewed the series for its 2nd season, which premiered on May 29, 2018, on August 21st, 2018. On August 21st, 2018, Fox renewed the series for a 3rd season that premiered on May 20, 2019. January 31st, 2020, the series was renewed for a 4th season, which was really going to premiere later that year, but due to the COVID-19 pandemic, instead premiered on June 3rd, 2021. On April 5th, 2022, the series was renewed for a 5th season, which premiered on May 23rd, 2022. Beastars. Whoa. Why did shoot me down there? Beastars stars. No Caps is a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Paru Itagaki. It was serialized by Akita Shoten's Weekly Shonen Champion from September 2016 to October 2020, with its chapters collected in 22 Takobon volumes. The manga is licensed for English release in North America by Viz Media. The story takes place in a modern world of civilized anthropomorphic animals with a cultural divide between carnivores and herbivores, and where eating meat which always comes from other anthropomorphic animals, is strictly illegal. The series takes its name from the in-universe title of B-Star, an individual of great talent, service, and notoriety. It got an anime. Double Dare is an American television game show in which two teams compete to win cash and prizes by answering trivia questions and completing messy stunts known as physical challenges. Originally made from 1986 to 1993, a revival ran in 2000, and the most recent revival ran from 2018 to 2019. Hosted by Mark Summers, the program originally premiered on Nickelodeon on October 6, 1986. As its first game show, the series saw many adjustments in scheduling and titling throughout its run. Almost immediately after its debut, Double Dare had more than tripled viewership for Nickelodeon's afternoon lineup, becoming the most watched original daily program on cable television. The program was a major success for Nickelodeon, helping to establish the network as a major player in cable television. And to revitalize the genre of game shows for children, Double Dare remains Nickelodeon's longest-running game show. In January 2001, TV Guide ranked the show number 29 on its list of 50 greatest game shows. Name That Tune is an American television music game show originally created and produced by orchestra conductor Harry Salter and his wife Roberta Semple Salter. The series features contestants competing to correctly identify songs being played by an onstage orchestra or band. Name That Tune premiered on the NBC radio network in 1952, where it aired until 1954, and made the move to television in 1953 on the same network. CBS picked up the television series in the summer of 1953 and carried it through 1959. In November 2020, Prestige Entertainment, Eureka Productions, and Fox announced a new primetime version of Name That Tune, hosted by actress Jane Krakowski, with Randy Jackson of American Idol fame as band leader. Which premiered on January 6, 2021. It was filmed in Australia with American contestants. A second season of the revival premiered on March 29, 2022, which was filmed in Ireland with celebrity contestants. Legend of the Hidden Temple. Legends is an American action-adventure TV game show that broadcasts from 1993 to 1995 on Nickelodeon. Created by David G. Stanley, Scott A. Stone, and Stephen Brown, the program features a fictitious temple filled with lost treasures protected by mysterious Mayan temple guards. Kirk Fogg is the show's host, while Dee Baker is both announcer and voice of a stonehead named Olmec, who knows the secrets behind each of the treasures in his temple. 6 teams, red jaguars, blue barracudas, green monkeys, orange iguanas, purple parrots, silver snakes, of 2 children, 1 boy and 1 girl, compete to retrieve one of the historic artifacts in the temple by performing physical stunts and answering questions based on history, mythology, and geography. Contestants trying on had to compete in several physical tasks, including rope climbing and running, as well as a written test. The majority of the contestants were picked from the surrounding Orlando, Florida area. House MD is an American medical drama television series that originally ran on the Fox network for 8 seasons, from November 16, 2004 to May 21st, 2012. The series' main character is Dr. Gregory House, an unconventional misanthropic medical genius who, despite his dependence on pain medication, leads a team of diagnosticians at the fictional Princeton Plainsboro Teaching Hospital in New Jersey. Series premise originated with Paul Antancio, while David Shore, who is credited as creator, was primarily responsible for the conception of the title character. The Wild Thornberrys is an American animated television series created by Arlene Klasky, Gabor Kusupo, Steve Papoon, David Silverman, and Steven Sustarsik for Nickelodeon. The series portrays an American family of wildlife documentary filmmakers known as the Thornberrys, which consists of the British nature documentary television host Nigel, his wife and camera operator Marianne, their 16-year-old daughter Debbie, their younger daughter Eliza, their adopted son Donnie, and a chimpanzee named Darwin. The series focuses in particular on Eliza, who has an ability to communicate with animals. The Thornberry family travels to every continent and wildlife environment in the Calm-V, a recreational vehicle equipped with safety mechanics to handle any terrain or body of water, document their journeys in detail, with typical episodes involving Eliza befriending an animal and subsequently finding herself in peril. Goosebumps is a children's anthology horror television series based on R.L. Stine's best-selling book series of the same name. It is an anthology of stories about tweens and young teens finding themselves in creepy and unusual situations, typically involving supernatural elements or the occult. When I was younger, watching any episode of Goosebumps would give me nightmares, 100%. Faulty Towers. What is this? Doesn't even have a link. What is Faulty Towers? The British television sitcom written by John Cleese and Connie Booth, broadcast on BBC Two in 1975 and 1979. 2 series of 6 episodes each were made. The show was ranked first on the list of 100 greatest British television programs drawn up by the British Film Institute in 2000, and in 2019 it was named the greatest ever British TV sitcom by a panel of comedy experts compiled by the Radio Times. Series set in Faulty Towers, a fictional hotel in the seaside town of Torquay on the English Riviera. The plot center on the tense, rude, and put upon owner Basil Fawlty is a bossy wife Sybil, the sensible chambermaid Polly, who often is the peacemaker and voice of reason, and the helpless and English challenged Spanish waiter Manuel. They show their attempts to run the hotel amidst farcical situations and an array of demanding and eccentric guests and tradespeople. The Rocky and Bullwinkle Show. Why do some of these not have links? I don't know. The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle and Friends, commonly referred to as simply Rocky and Bullwinkle, is an American animated television series that originally aired on November 19, 1959 to June 27. Current blanket title was imposed for home video release more than 40 years after the series originally aired and was never used when the show was televised. Television airings of the show are broadcasted under the title Rocky and His Friends from 1959 to 1961, and again in Canada in 1963. The Bullwinkle Show from 1961 to 1964. The Rocky and Bullwinkle Show, or The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle in syndication. Alright. And Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Aqua Teen Hunger Force, also known by various alternative titles, sometimes abbreviated as ATHF or Aqua Teen, is an American adult animated television series created by Dave Willis and Matt Merle for Cartoon Network's late-night programming block Adult Swim. It is about the surreal adventures and antics of 3 anthropomorphic fast food items, Master Shake, Frylock, and Meatwad, who live together as roommates and frequently interact with their human next-door neighbor, Carl, not even going to attempt that last name. It was created as a spin-off series of Space Ghost Coast to Coast. The show had its first broadcast as a stealth airing in the early hours of December 30th, 2000. Around a year later, it debuted as an official Adult Swim series. Every episode was directed and written by Willis and Mailaro, who also provided several voices. Season 8 to 11 were given a different alternative title, accompanied by different theme music as a running joke. The series concluded on August 30th, 2015, after 139 episodes throughout 11 seasons. Teen Hunger Force movie film for theaters is a film adaptation of the series. And now we are on to the 3rd tier. These are getting shorter and more obscure. El Chavo, also known as El Chavo del Ocho, during today's episode, is a Mexican television sitcom created by Roberto Gomez Bolaños, produced by Televisa. It premiered on April 27, 1972, and ended on June 12, 1992. After 7 seasons and 311 episodes, the series gained enormous popularity in Hispanic America, Brazil, Spain, and other countries. The series' theme song is a rendition of Ludwig van Beethoven's Turkish March, rearranged by Jean-Jacques Perret and retitled The Elephants Never Forget. The show follows the adventures and tribulations of the title character, a poor orphan kid named El Chavo, which means the kid, played by the show's creator Roberto Gomez Bolaños Chespirito, and his friends, which often cause conflict of a comedic nature between the other inhabitants of a fictional low-income housing complex, or as called in Mexico, vecindad. The idea of the show emerged from a sketch created by Gomez Bolaños where an 8-year-old boy competed with a balloon vendor in a park. Said sketch aired for the first time on April 27, 1972. The show centered great importance in the development of the characters, which were each assigned a distinctive personality. Since the beginning, Gomez Bolaños decided that El Chavo would be directed towards an adult audience, even though the show itself was about adults interpreting kids. The main cast consisted of Gomez Bolaños, Roman Valdez, Carlos Villagrán, Maria Antonieta de las Nieves, Florinda Meza, Ruben Aguirre, Angelines Fernandez, and Edgar Vivar, who interpreted El Chavo, Don Ramon, Kiko, Chilindra, Doña Florinda, Professor Girafales, Doña Clotilde, and Senor Barriga. Direction and production of the series fell on Gomez Bolaños, Enrique Segoviano, and Carmen Ochayo. Wow. That's a lot of Spanish. It's a lot of Spanish names. Tracy Ullman Show! American television variety show starring Tracy Ullman. It debuted on Fox on April 5th, 1987. The network's second original primetime series to air following Married with Children and ran until May 26, 1990. The show is produced by Gracie Films. Show blended sketch comedy, musical numbers, and dance routines, choreographed by Paula Abdul, along with animated shorts. The format was covered by creator and executive producer James L. Brooks, who was looking to showcase the show's multi-talented star. Brooks linked the show to producing 3 pilots a week. Ullman was the first British woman to be offered her own television sketch show in both the United Kingdom and the United States. The show is also known for producing a series of shorts featuring the Simpson family, which was later adapted into the longest-running animated American scripted primetime television series, The Simpsons. The Tracy Ullman Show was the first Fox primetime show to win an Emmy. It was awarded a total of 11 over its run. Rolling Stone ranked The Tracy Ullman Show as the 25th best sketch comedy show in its 40 greatest sketch comedy TV shows of all time list. The Beachcombers. Beachcombers is a Canadian comedy drama television series that ran on CBC television from October 1st, 1972 to December 12th, 1990. With over 350 episodes, it is one of the longest running dramatic series ever made for English language Canadian television. Wow. That's a lot of episodes. I almost went down to a level 1 accident. In Living Color. Living Color is an American sketch comedy television series that originally ran on Fox from April 15th, 1990 to May 19th, 1994. Keenan Ivory Wayans created, wrote, and starred in the program. The show is produced by Ivory Way Productions in association with 20th Television. It was taped at Stage 7 at the Fox Television Center on Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood, California. The title of the series was inspired by the NBC announcement of broadcasts being presented in living color during the 1960s, prior to mainstream color television. It also refers to the fact that most of the show's cast was black, unlike other sketch comedy shows such as Saturday Night Live, whose casts were mostly white at the time. In Living Color was controversial due to the Wayans' decision to portray a form of irreverent black humor, I am so sorry, in a time when mainstream American tastes regarding black comedy on television had been set by inoffensive family-friendly shows such as The Cosby Show, causing an eventual feud for control between Fox executives and the Wayans. The Moomins. What the hell is this? The Moomins is a stop-motion animated children's television show based on the Tove Janssen's Moomins series of books, which was produced by Sema 4 and Jupiter Film between 1977 and 1982 for Polish, Austrian, and German television. The series was later sold to other countries, including the UK. The British version was adapted by Anne Wood at Film Fair for ITV Central and broadcast in the UK. Series 1 was the first show on Monday, January 24th, 1983 at 4:15 p.m. Wow, they know the exact times for this. And Series 2 on Monday, January 7th, 1985 at 4:15 p.m. That needs to be a colon, not a period. On Children's ITV. And Series 2 was repeated in 1986. Series was last repeated in its entirety in 1988. It was narrated by British actor Richard Murdoch. Alright. The Problem Solvers. It's an American animated oh my god, that's what that is. Jesus. Animated television series that aired on Cartoon Network. Created by Ben Jones, it follows Alpha Roba and Horace, a group of detectives in their troubled town, Farborough. The aforementioned characters were designed while Joneses attended college in the 1990s. Later found the art collective Paper Rat with Jessica and Jacob Ciosi. The characters were featured in Joneses and the collective's animations and comics before the creator pitched a pilot to Adult Swim featuring the trio. Netflix executives referred Jones to Cartoon Network, who commissioned a series featuring the same characters. The series was produced in Adobe Flash with around 15 animators employed at Cartoon Network Studios and the co-production of Mirari Films. The Problem Solvers was first aired on January 4, 2011. The first season consisted of 18 episodes, concluding on September 29, 2011. A second and final season was released exclusively on Netflix in 2013. That's a disturbing looking show. I don't like it. You can't do that on television. Is a Canadian sketch comedy television series that first aired locally in 1979 before airing in the United States in 1981. It features preteen and teenage actors in a sketch comedy format similar to that of American sketch comedy Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In and Canadian sketch comedy Second City's Television. Each episode had a specific theme normally relating to the popular culture of the time. During its original run, the show was seen as one of the same with the cable network Nickelodeon in its early years on the air, achieved high ratings, and is most famous for introducing the network's iconic green slime. The show is also notable for launching the careers of many performers, including alternative rock musician Alanis Morissette, filmmakers Patrick Mills, and television producer and screenwriter Bill Prady. Davy and Goliath is a Christian Clay animated children's television series whose central characters were created by Art Clokey, Ruth Clokey, and Dick Sutcliffe, and was produced first by the United Lutheran Church in America and later by the Lutheran Church in America. The show was aimed at a youth audience and generally dealt with issues such as respect for authority, sharing, and prejudice. Eventually, these themes included serious issues such as racism, death, religious intolerance, and vandalism. Jesus. Each 15-minute episode featured the adventures of a boy named Davy Henson and his talking dog Goliath, although only Davy and the viewer can hear him speak, as they learn the love of God through everyday occurrences. Many of the episodes also features Davy's parents, John and Elaine, his sister Sally, as well as Davy's friends Jimmy, Teddy, and Nathaniel in early episodes, and Jonathan, Jimmy, Nikki, and Cisco in later ones. Alright. 31 Minutos. 31 Minutos is a Chilean comedy television series and a children's music virtual band created by the production company Aplaplac, owned by those people, that began to be transmitted March 15, 2003 by the signal of Televisión Nacional de Chile. The program is a parody of 60 Minutos, a controversial news program of the same on the same channel, transmitted in the 1970s and 1980s. It focuses on the adventures of a team of news program of little prestige in which something unexpected always happens, whose presenter is Tulio Trevino. The program's notes are educational and leave an explicit or implicit message, which others are quite ridiculous. In the first episode, the series had in its first period, the series had 31 seasons from 2003 to 2005, in addition to a participation for the 2003 Chilean telethon and a Christmas special that same year. On March 27, 2008, the series was taken to the cinema under the title 31 Minutos La Película. 31 Minutes the Peculiar. MacGyver. MacGyver is an American action-adventure television series developed by Peter M. Lenkov that ran on CBS from September 23, 2016 to April 30th, 2021, comprising 5 seasons and 94 episodes. Series stars Lucas Till as the title character, an undercover government agent who prefers to fight crime with ingenious feats of engineering rather than lethal force. It is a reboot of the original series of the same name, created by Lee David Zlotov, which aired from 1985 to 1992. In a surprise move, CBS announced in April 2021 that the 5th season will be the series' final season. The series' final aired on April 30th, 2021. MacGyver takes place in the same fictional universe as 2 other series, both also developed by Lenkov, and both also reboots of the earlier police shows, Hawaii Five-0 and Magnum P.I. The 3 shows have been collectively referred to as the Lenkoverse. Alright. Brickleberry is an American adult animated sitcom created by Waco O'Guin and Roger Black for the basic cable network Comedy Central. Executive produced by O'Guin, Black, and comedian Daniel Tosh. The series follows a group of park rangers as they work through their daily lives in the fictional Brickleberry National Park. The best way I've heard this described is Family Guy in the Woods. Here Comes Honey Boo Boo is an American reality television series that aired on TLC featuring a family of child beauty pageant contestant Alana Honey Boo Boo Thompson. The show premiered on August 8th, 2012 and ended on August 14th, 2014. Thompson and her family originally rose to fame on TLC's reality series Toddlers and Tiaras. The show's name comes from a taunt that Alana hurled at other pageant contestants during her debut in Toddlers and Tiara, but a sweeping misinterpretation from the general public resulted in Alana being referred to as as Honey Boo Boo Child instead. Show revolves around Alana Honey Boo Boo Thompson and her family's adventures in the town of McIntyre, Georgia. The reality series received predominantly negative reviews from television critics during its run. Oof. RuPaul's Drag Race. I think this is something that a lot of people have heard of recently. It's an American reality competition television series, the first in the Drag Race franchise, produced by World of Wonder for Logo TV, Wow Presents Plus, and beginning with the 9th season of VH1. The show documents RuPaul in search for America's next drag superstar. RuPaul plays the role of host, mentor, and head judge for this series, as contestants are given different challenges each week. RuPaul's Drag Race employs a panel of judges including RuPaul, Michelle Visage, an alternating third main judge, either Carson Kressley or Ross Matthews, and a host of other guest judges who critique contestants' progress throughout the competition. Title of the show is a play on drag queen and drag racing, and the title sequence of Drag Race both have a drag racing theme. Excuse me. The Jimmy Dean Show is the name of several similar music and variety series on American local network television between 1963 and 1965. Each starred country music singer Jimmy Dean as host. We'll just read daytime. The Jimmy Dean Show, initially called Country Style, aired live on WTOP TV in Washington, D.C. in early 1957. It was picked up by the CBS TV network from April 8th to December 13, 1957, under the name The Morning Show from 7 to 7:45 a.m. ET, Monday to Friday, before the station's regular newscast. Guests include Chet Atkins, Jay Chevalier, Billy Walker, Little Jimmy Dickens, George Hamilton the Fourth, and the Country Lads. Mary Click was a regular. The producer was Connie B. Gay. Oh, I can make a joke about that, but I won't. CBS then carried the Jimmy Dean Show on its daytime schedule from September 14, 1958 to June 1959 from New York, airing from 2 to 2:30 p.m. ET Monday to Saturday. Guests on the variety program includes Hans Conried and J.P. Morgan. Oh, not her, not the... for some reason I thought J.P. Morgan, the oil tycoon, was like, he was alive? Tune In is an American game show that premiered on Nickelodeon on February 8, 2021. And Tune In, an animated AI robot named Nikki, hosts a game show where kid contestants compete in a battle of Nickelodeon cartoon knowledge for the chance to be named the night's big winner and take home exciting prizes. Each episode features 3 kids who must solve animation questions across slime-filled rounds of trivia until only one question is left in the competition. The final kid will then be declared the episode's big winner and move on to a special prize round to compete against Nikki and climb the robot's motherboard for a chance to win the $1,000 grand prize. That's it? $1,000? It sucks. That is not that much money. Chappelle's Show is an American sketch comedy television series created by comedians Dave Chappelle and Neil Brennan, with Chappelle hosting the show and starring in the majority of its sketches. Chappelle, Brennan, and Michelle Armour were the show's executive producers. The series premiered on January 22nd, 2003 on the American cable and television network Comedy Central. The show ran for 2 complete seasons. An abbreviated third season of 3 episodes aired in 2006, compiled of previously unreleased sketches. After numerous delays, production of the 3rd season of the show was abruptly ended when Chappelle left the show. TV Guide included it on their list of TV's top 100 shows, and also placed number 26 on Entertainment Weekly's new TV classics list. Throughout its run, the show was critically acclaimed. And Mr. Ed. Is this the talking horse? Is this the one with the talking horse? Not the I want the Wikipedia, thank you. Mr. Ed is an American television sitcom produced by Filmways that aired in syndication from January 5th to July 2nd, 1961, and then CBS from October 1st, 1961 to February 6th, 1966. Show's title characters a talking horse, which really appeared in the short stories by Walter R. Brooks.
Mr. Ed is one of the few series to debut in syndication and be picked up on a major network for prime time. All 143 episodes were filmed in black and white. I was right, it was the talking horse. We are on to tier 4 now. And it looks like these all have links. 12-Ounce Mouse is an American adult animated television series created by Matt Mailaro for Cartoon Network's late-night programming block Adult Swim. The series revolves around Mouse Fitzgerald, nicknamed Fitz, an alcoholic mouse who performs odd jobs where he can buy more beer. Together with his chinchilla companion Skillet, Fitz begins to recover suppressed memories that he once had a wife and child who have now vanished. This leads him to seek answers about his past and the shadowy forces that seem to be manipulating his world. In producing the series, Mailaro crudely designed the characters as a cost-cutting measure. The series is animated by Radical Access. He intended for the series to lack continuity starting from the pilot, but established a serial format after starting the second episode. He had constructed an ending for the series as well as a detailed map of characters. However, the series finale concluded differently from planned. Mailaro cast people around his office for the characters, starring himself as the protagonist and 9 Pound Hammer vocalist Scott Lolan as the voice of Roostray. The band also performed the opening theme. Pilot episode for 12-Ounce Mouse, Hired, premiered on January 19, 2005. The series became a regular staple of Adult Swim's lineup on October 23rd of that year and originally ended on December 17, 2006. A standalone webisode was released online on May 16, 2007. Critical reception was mixed. Some praised the series' experimental nature while others felt confounded by it. In 2018, a double-length special entitled Invictus aired on October 14th and it was announced that 12-Ounce Mouse was also revived as a series. The third season, consisting of 11 episodes, premiered on January 20th, 2020 and ended on January 31st. The ending credits of both Invictus and the Season 3 endings featured the song by Amaranth and animation by Awesome Inc. February 2021, it was revealed the show would not be picked up for a 4th season. Alright, I want to know what this looks like. 12-Ounce Mouse. Images. What the fuck? What the fuck am I looking at? This was a show? This sucks. This looks terrible. I guess it did enough to get 3 seasons. Wonder Chosen is an American adult sketch comedy television series that aired between 2005 and 2006 on MTV2. It was created by Vernon Chapman and John Lee of PFFR. Described as a children's television series for adults, the show's format is a parody of educational PBS children's television shows such as Sesame Street and The Electric Company, e.g. use of stock footage, puppetry, and clips of children being interviewed. In addition to general controversial comedy, it satirizes politics, religion, war, sex, and culture with black comedy. Okay. Wonder Chosen. Moral Oral. Moral Oral is an American adult stop-motion animated sitcom which originally aired on Adult Swim from December 13, 2005 to December 18, 2008. Are you serious? I only heard about this show like 2 months ago. What? The series has been described as Davy and Goliath meets South Park. However, Dino, Stamatopoulos, the show's creator, is wary of the comparison with Dave and Goliath, telling the New York Times that More Oral grew out of a concept for a send-up of a Leave It to Beaver-style 1950s sitcom that would star Iggy Pop. The series is a satire of the archetypes of middle American suburban life, modern-day WASP culture, alcoholism, and religious fundamentalism. As the show progresses, it begins to emotionally unravel the duplicity of fundamentalism and the consequences that come with it. At the 2008 San Diego Comic-Con, Stamatopoulos announced that the show would not be renewed for a 4th season. The final season was aired interspersed with repeats from the last 2 seasons, as many of the episodes took place in parallel with events of past episodes. The event, which was called 44 Nights of Oral, was hosted by Stamatopoulos and others and started on October 6, 2008, running through December 18th, when the series finale premiered. A special entitled Before Oral later aired on November 19th, 2012. I thought this show was like... I thought this was like a recent thing. This was the late 2000s. Wow. Glenn Martin DDS is a stop-motion adult animated sitcom that premiered on Nick at Night on August 17, 2009. The series was produced by Tornate Animation and Cup of Coffee Studios in association with Rogers Communications. Glenn Martin DDS was Nick at Night's fourth original series after Hi, Honey, I'm Home, Fatherhood, and Hijinks. One of the show's creators was Eric Fogel, who had success creating the MTV claymation series Celebrity Deathmatch. The show premiered in Canada on October 3, 2009 on City TV and March 18, 2010 on Sky One in the UK and Ireland. Season 2 premiered on June 11, 2010. The show ended on November 7, 2011. Between the Lions is an American animated live-action puppet preschool elementary children's television series designed to promote reading. The show, they're missing a period. The show was co-produced between WGBH in Boston and Sirius Thinking Ltd. in New York City in association with Mississippi Public Broadcasting, the distributor from seasons 5 to 10 in Mississippi. The show won 7 Daytime Emmy Awards between 2001 and 2007. Oh, I'm so sorry. Is a spin-off and companion series to Sesame Street, and several season 2 episodes, notably the Dance and Smarty Pants music video, has a few characters from Sesame Street guest appearing. The show ran from April 3rd, 2000 to November 22nd, 2010, taking the scheduled slot held by The Puzzle Place upon the latter's debut. Shining Time Station is an American children's television series jointly created by British television producer Britt Allcroft and American television producer Rick Sigelkow. The series was produced by Quality Family Entertainment, the American branch of the Britt Allcroft Company, in association with Catalyst Entertainment in seasons 2 and 3 for New York City's PBS station WNET, and was originally taped in New York City during its first season and in Toronto during the rest of its run. It incorporated sequences from the British television show Thomas and Friends, which was in turn based on the books of the Railway series written by the Reverend Wilbert Awdry. The series aired on PBS from January 29, 1989 until June 11, 1993, with 4 hour-long family specials premiering in primetime throughout 1995. Reruns continued to air on PBS until June 11, 1998. It aired on Fox Family from 1998 to 1999. It also aired on Nick Jr. in the summer of 2000 and on Canadian television networks such as APTN and SCN. Elements from the show were incorporated into 2000 Thomas and Friends film Thomas and the Magic Railroad. What in the world? The Raccoons. The Raccoons is a Canadian animated television series that ran on CBC from November 11th, 1985 to March 19th, 1991 in Canada, and on Disney Channel from July 4th, 1985 to August 28th, 1992 in the US, with 3 preceding television specials from its inception in 1980 and 1 direct-to-video special in 1984. The franchise was created by Kevin Gillis with co-operation of the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. The series revolves around Bert Raccoon and married couple Ralph and Melissa Raccoon, of whom Bert is a friend and roommate. The series mostly involved the trio's efforts against the industrialist forces of greedy aardvark millionaire Cyril Sneer, who regularly tries to destroy the forest for a quick buck. However, the raccoons always save their forest from Sarah's schemes, with help from their forest friends including Schaefer, a gentle Old English sheepdog, Cedric, Cyril's college graduate's son, and Sophia Tutu, Cedric's girlfriend. As the series progresses, Cyril becomes more of a sympathetic character, eventually becoming an anti-hero, becoming more responsible in his priorities and business practices. K. V. V is a science fiction franchise created by American writer, producer, and director Kenneth Johnson, but a genocidal invading alien race known as the Visitors, reptilian humanoids disguised as human beings, trying to take over Earth, and the human reaction to this, including the resistance group attempting to stop them, while others collaborate with the aliens for power and personal wealth. What? The 2-part television miniseries V aired in 1983, written and directed by Johnson. It cost $13 million to produce. It was followed in 1984 by a 3-part miniseries V: The Final Battle and a 19-episode weekly television series V, sometimes referred to as V the Series, during the 1984 to 85 television season. ABC ran a remake series produced by Warner Bros. Television, which ran for 2 seasons, totaling 22 episodes from November 3rd, 2009 to March 15, 2011. The original series, the title refers to the V for Victory sign. In the 1983 V miniseries, a group of children are shown spray painting generic graffiti over the visitors' propaganda posters, but are then shown how to spray the V over the posters by Abraham Bernstein, a Holocaust survivor, who explains the meaning of the sign to them as he defaces the first poster. In the 2009 reboot of the series, however, V is used within the show as an abbreviation for the visitors. A number of novels, comic books, video games, and other media have been spun off from the franchise. Johnson's novel V, the Second Generation, an alternative sequel to the first miniseries, which disregards V, this final battle, and V, the series, because of its non-involvement with them, was released on February 5th, 2008. Johnson stated he was in negotiations for TV adaptations of his sequel novel, but Warner Bros. Opted to do the 2009 remake series instead. There's a game? Video game based on TV series, the same name. Role might go in player with imagery and animation, destroy the crafts, keep it alive. Opening scenes document the spread the red does the other things. 5 bombs achievable. The mission player may solve many puzzles. Huh. Interesting. Mr. Meaty. It's a teen sitcom created by Jamie Shannon and Jason Hopley. The show centers on 2 lazy teenage boys, Josh Redgrove and Parker Dinkelman, who work at a fast food restaurant called Mr. Meaty inside a shopping mall as they often encounter supernatural and bizarre situations. The series is set in the fictional town of Sconchborough, based on Scarborough, Toronto. Mr. Meaty originated as a series of 17 shorts that appeared on interstitials on Nickelodeon in the United States, on CBC television in Canada. A pilot episode featuring material from the short aired on December 30th, 2005. The series officially premiered on September 22nd, 2006 and continued to air until May 23rd, 2009. It ended with a total of 2 seasons and 20 episodes, 3 of which are 22-minute specials. Is that the puppet show? Hold on. Is this the one I think it is? It is! Look how weird this is. This is weird. Why would anyone watch this? Why would you watch this? It's so weird. Ugh! Ugh! What is this show? The X is an American animated television series created by Carlos Ramos for Nickelodeon. The series centers on a family of spies who must conceal their identity from the outside world, but often have trouble in doing so. It had a single season of 20 episodes, one unaired, airing from November 25th, 2005 to November 25th, 2006. Although it was compared to The Incredibles and Alias, Ramos has stated that the show takes inspiration from the James Bond film series, 1967 TV series Get Smart, and the 1967 TV series The Avengers. X works for Superior. Mr. and Mrs. X have their daughter named Tuesday, their youngest son named Truman, and many gadgets at their disposal. An organization called SNAFU, short for Society of Nefarious and Felonious Undertakings, is continuously trying to cause trouble for the X's through their plans to take over the world. Middlemost Post is an American anime. What the? This is a weird Wikipedia thing. Is an American animated comedy television series created by John Tribick III that premiered on Nickelodeon July 9, 2021. Parker J. Cloud, a former Rain Cloud, their friend Angus, and Pat Walrus Russell deliver mail all across Mount Middlepost. What? Middlemost Post. What does this look like? What is this? That's weird. Alright then. It's Pony. It's a British animated television series created by Ant Blades that premiered on Nickelodeon in the United States on January 18, 2020. The series is storyboarded, designed, produced, and animated by Blue Zoo Animation. Pony follows the life of Annie as she does her best to cope in her parents' farm located on the balcony of their apartment, to the everyday struggles of being a 9-year-old in the city. Luckily, she has a pony. He may not be the best pony, but he is hers and she loves him. Pony adores her as well, but his optimism and enthusiasm often lead to the pair in unexpected and unwanted situations. These are getting more and more weird. The Moxie Show, also known as the Moxie Pirate Show and the Moxie and Flea Show, is an American animated anthology television series produced by Hanna-Barbera, Colossal Pictures, and Turner Broadcasting System for Cartoon Network. Show consists of classic cartoons divided by 3D animated interstitials featuring Moxie and Flea, respectively a dog and a flea. The Moxie Show ran on Cartoon Network from December 5th, 1993, originally as the Moxie Pirate Show to December 25th, 1995. Its final was the sole episode for the Moxie and Flea Show. Reruns last until May 25th, 1996. It is considered the first original series on Cartoon Network, but due to the production style, Space Ghost Coast to Coast is considered Cartoon Network's first fully produced series. The High Fructose Adventures of the Annoying Orange. It's an American live-action animated television series created by Tom Shepard and Dane Boediger for Cartoon Network. Based on the characters from the web series Annoying Orange, created by Boediger and Spencer Grove, it was produced by Annoying Orange Incorporated, The Collective, and 14-Hour Productions. A preview aired on May 28, 2012. Excuse me. 2012, and the official premiered on June 11, 2012. The show ended on March 17, 2014, with 2 seasons and 60 episodes with a total of 30 episodes per season. Despite negative reviews, this series was an audience success, reaching more than 3.56 million viewers in its final episode. Though one of the highest rated shows on Cartoon Network in the 2010s, the series was canceled. The series also featured many well-known guest stars such as Mark Hamill, Slash, Kendall Jenner, Jim Parsons, Carly Rae Jepsen, Carlos Alzraki, Jim Belushi, Matt Bomer, Weird Al Yankovic, Rainn Wilson, among others. Holy cow. The Nut Shack is an American paid TV channel based in Daly City, California, with an office also in Redwood City, California. No, this is Mix. Wait, no. What? Redirected from the Nut Shack. Okay. November 5th, 2020, Mix TV rebranded as global version of Mix that will spotlight the next generation of Filipino-American talent as a premier cable, radio, and digital content provider. The newly launched platform aims to be an entertaining lifestyle and cultural touchstone for Filipino-American audiences and beyond. You need to go? Hope you go. Oh, thanks, Gold. I'll see you later. What in the world? Okay. Dream House is an American game show that saw contestants compete to win, as the title show indicates, a new house. The show originally premiered in prime time on ABC on March 27, 1968, with a daytime edition premiering on April 1st, 1968. The primetime series aired weekly until September 19, 1968, and the daytime series aired daily until January 2nd, 1970, when it was replaced with All My Children. The daytime series was revived for NBC's daytime schedule and premiered on April 4th, 1983, running until June 29th, 1984. The original Dream House was hosted by Mike Darrow, with Chet Gold announcing. Bob Eubanks hosted the revival series with Johnny Gilbert as announcer. The ABC version was recorded in New York City, while the NBC run was staged at the network studios in Burbank, California. Oh, excuse me. Sam and Friends. Oh, hey, it's this is the one of the original Jim Henson things. It's an American live-action puppet sketch comedy television series created by puppeteer Jim Henson and his eventual wife Jane Nebel. It was taped and aired twice daily as a local series in Washington, D.C. on WRC-TV in black and white, and later color on weeknights from May 9th, 1955 to December 15th, 1961. Most of the original episodes were never recorded, and some that were have been lost. Few surviving episodes can be viewed at the Paley Center for Media, but many can also be found on video websites like YouTube, such as those digitally archived by the Jim Henson Company. Some have been documented by either the Henson Archives or newspaper articles published while the show was still on air. We are getting close to the end. We are on the 5th level. Angry Kid. Angry Kid is a British live-action stop-motion adult animated comedy web series created, directed, written, and designed by Darren Walsh, who also provides the voice of the title character. and produced by Aardman Animations for Series 1 and 2, and by Mr. Morris Productions for Series 3 and 4. Unlike most Aardman Productions, Angry Kid was not created using claymation, but a combination of pixelation using actors in a form of stop-motion puppetry with masks for facial expressions. Excuse me. Series 3 onwards used CGI for Angry Kid's head along with live action. The series also aired in the United States on MTV. Series 1 and 2 have been released on DVD in the UK by 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment and Pathé, and in Australia. All the Angry Kid animations from before the third series were on Atom.com before the site was absorbed into Comedy Central. A compilation DVD called Aardman's Dark Side was also released, and it consists of several Series 2 episodes and an exclusive episode. The vast majority of Angry Kid has since been released on YouTube. Angry Kid was born on March 16, 1986. Series 3 was launched in July 2015 after an 8-year hiatus. The first episode, Interviewed, aired on July 3rd. Series 3 is produced by Mr. Morris Productions, with episodes being aired on Angry Kid's official YouTube page, with a new episode being uploaded every 3 weeks. Series 4 launched on September 10, 2019. However, nothing has been posted on the official channel since December 27, 2019, but a live stream premiered on March 4th, 2022, but the date said December 20th, 2019. Loiter Squad is an American adult sketch comedy television series for Adult Swim starring Tyler the Creator, Jasper Dolphin, Taco Bennett, Earl Sweatshirt, and Lionel Boyce from the Los Angeles hip-hop group Odd Future. The show regularly features other members of the group as well. The show is produced by Dick House Productions, unfortunate name, for Cartoon Network's Adult Swim programming block during its first and second seasons. The show ran from March 25, 2012 to July 17, 2014. On July 14, 2015, Tyler the Creator confirmed the show was no more, stating, It opened the doors up for other things that my boys want to do. That was a great thing, but we're off that. Alright. The Upside Down Show is a children's television series produced by Blink Films and Sesame Workshop. It was made for the Noggin Channel. The series is set in a strange apartment building where the doors lead to a variety of unusual rooms. It is presented by brothers David and Shane, played by the Umbilical Brothers, who live in the apartment building with their sidekick puppet, the neighbor Miss Foyle, and a group of fuzzy creatures called the Schmuzzies. In each episode, David gives the viewers an imaginary remote control that affects the characters and their surroundings. The series were inspired by the Umbilical Brothers' adult-oriented comedy act Speed Mouse, which was also based on the idea of an imaginary remote. Producers from Sesame Workshop saw Speed Mouse and ordered a pilot episode based on it, which became the Upside Down Show. The pilot was successful, and in 2005, Noggin ordered a season of 13 episodes. The show was written and produced in New York, and it was filmed in Sydney, Australia. The cast and crew featured a mix of Australian and American talent. While creating the series, the writers intentionally included jokes for adults as well as kids. Shane Dundas likened the Upside Down Show to making an adult show for kids. Assy McGee is an American adult animated sitcom created by Matt Harrington and Carl W. Adams for Cartoon Network's late-night programming block Adult Swim. The series features a police detective named Assy McGee, a parody of tough guy cop characters who is a walking pair of buttocks. Along with his partner Don Sanchez, modeled after Louise Guzman, the trigger-happy McGee solves crimes in the town of Exeter, New Hampshire. Larry Murphy voices all of the main characters. John Cohen voices all the female characters. It ran on Adult Swim from November 26, 2006 to July 6, 2008. On August 22nd, 2008, it was canceled after 2 seasons. I have to see it. Assy McGee. That is exactly what it is. I'm gonna get in trouble for that, aren't I? With my luck, I'm gonna get in a lot of trouble for showing that. The Puzzle Place. Puzzle Place is an American children's television series produced by KCET in Los Angeles and Lancet Media in New York City. The production was dated and premiered on two Los Angeles PBS stations, KCET and KLCS on September 15, 1994. It did not officially premiere on all PBS stations nationwide until January 16, 1995, with its final episode airing on December 4th, 1998, and reruns airing until March 31st, 2000. It became one of PBS Kids' most popular series on the lineup since Sesame Street. On April 3rd, 2000, Between the Lines replaced it on the schedule of many PBS stations. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. I feel like it's very loud. Can that still be heard now? Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. We're good. We're neat. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Carnival. Carnival is an American television series set in the United States Dust Bowl during the Great Depression of the 1930s. Series created by Daniel Knopf ran for 2 seasons between 2003 and 2005 in tracing the lives of disparate groups of people in a traveling circus. Knopf's story combined a bleak atmosphere with elements of the surreal in portraying struggles between good and evil and between free will and destiny. The show's mythology drew upon themes and motifs from traditional Christianity and Gnosticism, together with Masonic lore, particularly that of the Knights Templar Order. Carnival was produced by HBO and aired between September 14, 2003 and March 27, 2005. Its creator, Daniel Knopf, also served as executive producer along with Ronald D. Moore and Howard Klein. Jeff Beal composed the original incidental music. Nick Stahl and Clancy Brown starred as Ben Hawkins and brother Justin Crowe, respectively. The show was filmed in Santa Clarita, California, and nearby Southern California locations. 7 and Up. The Up series of documentary films follow the lives of 10 males and 4 females in England beginning in 1964 when they were 7 years old. First film was titled 7 Up, with later films adjusting the number of the title to match the age of the subjects at the time of filming. The documentary has had 9 episodes, one every 7 years, thus spanning 56 years. The series has been produced by Granada Television for ITV, which has broadcasted all of them except for 42 Up in 1998, which was broadcasted on BBC One. Individual films in the series as a whole have received numerous accolades. In 1991, and the then latest installment, 28 Up, was chosen for Roger Edbert's list of the 10 greatest films of all time. Whatever happened to Robot Jones? Did I read the puzzle place? Yes, I did. Is an American animated television series created by Greg Miller for Cartoon Network. It follows Robot Jones, a teenage robot who attends the fictional suburban Polynew Middle School in a retrofuturistic 1980s world. Episodes follow Robot Jones researching aspects of human life, including music, facial hair, and gym class. Jones is guided by his 3 friends, Socks, Mitch, and QB. Robot Jones is often smitten with his crush, Shannon Westerberg, a tall young girl with orthodontic headgear and a prosthesis. In school, Robot Jones interacts with his teachers, Mr. Mick, Mr. Workout, and Mr. Raincoat, the principal, Mr. Madman, and janitor Clancy Q. Sleepy Jeans. His arch rivals, Lenny and Denny Yogman, tried to sabotage Jones's research by making school more difficult for him. Miller's first pilot aired on Cartoon Network on June 16, 2000, as part of your Voice Your Choice weekend, a contest in which previously unaired pilots were broadcast for viewers to decide which should be given a full series. Even though the Robot Jones pilot ranked second below Grim and Evil in the event, Robot Jones was greenlit for its own series, which premiered on July 19, 2002. The first season voice of Robot Jones was created with a Microsoft Word 98 text-to-speech function. Beginning with the second season, Robot Jones' voice was dubbed over by child actor Bobby Block, and reruns of the first episode were redubbed with Block's voiceovers. The series ended on November 14, 2003, after 13 episodes and a pilot. Huh. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Grim and Evil was the pilot for The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Or it was a pilot that then became The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, I should say. Welcome to Eltingville. Is an American adult animated comedy pilot created by Evan Dorkin as an adaptation of his comic series Eltingville. It premiered in the United States on March 3, 2002 on Cartoon Network's late-night programming blog Adult Swim, but was not picked up for a full series. Welcome to Eltingville takes place in Eltingville, Staten Island, and focuses on the lives of 4 teenage boys, Bill Dickey, Josh Levy, Pete DiNunzio, and Jerry Stokes, all members of the Eltingville Club, who have shared interest in comic books and science fiction, among other things. In the pilot episode, Bill and Josh enter into a fight over a collectible Boba Fett action figure. Reboot. Reboot is a Canadian computer animated TV series that originally aired on YTV from 1994 to 2001. It was produced by Vancouver-based Mainframe Entertainment, Alliance Communications, and BLT Productions. The animated series was created by Gavin Blair, Ian Pearson, Phil Mitchell, and John Grace, with the visuals... Excuse me. Oh, I'm so sorry. The visuals designed by Brendan McCarthy after an initial attempt by Ian Gibson. It was one of the world's first CGI television series. The series follows the adventures of a guardian named Bob and his companions Enzo and Dot Matrix as they work to keep their computer system of mainframes safe from viruses and other threats. A reimagined live-action CGI animated series, Reboot the Guardian Code, was announced in 2015, and the first 10 episodes debuted on Netflix worldwide, excluding Canada. On March 30th... Man, that's odd. On March 30th, 2018, UTV aired all 20 episodes from June 4th to July 5th, 2018. The show is available on streaming service Pluto TV. Well, never mind, that's why it was released later. Guys, it's the Salmonella music. And Angela Anaconda is an animated children's television show created by Jonah Farron and Sue Rose. The show ran for 3 seasons from 1999 to 2001 for a total of 65 episodes. The show focuses on the adventures of an 8-year-old girl named Angela in the fictional town of Tapwater Springs. Other characters include Angela's 3 best friends and several antagonists, primarily Nane Manoir. Okay. Not a lot of info on that one. And Concorico is a Brazilian children's puppet show animated on TV Cultura, which premiered on the day April 10th, 1996. The character Julio was originally derived from a Christmas special that aired in 1989 called Bono de Aventura on the program Ra Tim Boom. When Cocorico debuted in the 90s, the program had a similar format to Glub Glub, featuring short European animated series like Pingu and Fireman Sam, interspersed with simple stories featuring the puppet characters. However, some special episodes debuted new characters were made. The production of the show was done until 2001, when the production team started to work on Ilara Team Boom. With the Cocorico had some reruns until 2003, received a soft reboot featuring new stories and without the cartoons. Oop, we're almost done. Alan Gregory. It's an American adult animated sitcom created by Jonah Hill, Jared Paul, and Andrew Mogul for the Fox Broadcasting Company. The series follows pretentious 7-year-old Alan Gregory de Longpre, who is raised by his 2 rich homosexual fathers, Richard and Jeremy. The series received negative reviews from critics who criticized the characters and acting. On January 8th, 2012, the series was canceled after 1 season. Excuse me, jeez Louise. The series follows Alan Gregory de Longpre, a pretentious 7-year-old raised by his 2 fathers, Richard and Jeremy. Alan has an adoptive sister, Julie. Alan must start attending a public elementary school due to the effect of the recession on his family's finances. Richard also pressures Jeremy to secure employment due to the financial issues, although Richard avoids divulging information to Jeremy as to why they need additional income. Alan is enamored with an elderly school principal, Judith Gottlieb, much to her disapproval. She protests but is forced to accept his behavior due to pressure from school superintendent, who is friends with Richard. Okay. That's weird. John Dillermand is a Danish stop-motion animated children's television series about a man and his very long... Yeah. It premiered on January 3rd, 2021 on DR Ramazjang. I'm sorry. Children's television show about a man and his very long thing. Oh, that was a pit. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Well, I'm gonna get in trouble for that. Oops. It's a middle-aged man who wears a red and white striped bathing costume. He has a thing that can extend to the length of dozens of meters. John uses his prehensile wiener, which stretches through his clothes, as a tool such as to tame lions or to fly about like a helicopter, but it also often acts independently of John, getting him into trouble. What? Okay. Alright. Hi, Honey, I'm Home is an American television sitcom that ran from July 19th, 1991 to July 12th, 1992 for 13 episodes. Each week, a new episode of the series appeared on ABC as part of its Friday night TGIF lineup. The same episode would re-air Sunday night on Nickelodeon as part of the channel's Nick at Night lineup. ABC stopped airing the series after the 6th episode of the first season. The show's second and final season only aired on Nick at Night before being canceled in July 1992. The series was taped before a live audience in Nickelodeon Studios at Universal Studios, Florida. Chopsaki Chooks. Computer anime. Am I gonna get in trouble for saying that? Isn't that a slur? Oh, I'm sorry. I should have thought of that before I said it. I think that might be a slur, and I'm very sorry. It's a computer animated action series produced by Aardman Animations, Decode Entertainment, and Cartoon Network Europe that ran on Cartoon Network from March 7, 2008 until July 24, 2009. It was created and directed by Sergio Delfino, a prominent animator at Sony Pictures Imageworks. 26 episodes were produced. The show previously aired in Eastern Europe on Cartoon Network in the United States, on Cartoon Network in Canada, Teletoon ABC3, and Australian CITV. The name is from Chopsaki, which is slang for the Asian martial arts film genre, and Chook, which is an Australian New Zealand slang reference for chicken. Okay. I got scared. I got very scared for a second. I thought I said a bad word. Chosen. Alright. Is an American adult animated sitcom which aired from January 13th to March 31st, 2014 on FX, and which was created by Grant Dercaron. The show aired for one season. Chosen was announced as Chosen is a gay white gangsta rapper on a quest to rebuild his career after being released from prison. Chosen was announced as a first original series pickup for FX spin-off network that launched in 2013 but was later reassigned to FX, where it aired after Archer on Monday nights. The series was a collaboration between the producers of Eastbound and Down and the producers of Archer. On May 14, 2014, Chosen was canceled after one season. Chosen was released on DVD on December 16, 2014, exclusively through Amazon as a manufactured on-demand DVD R set. The MOD double disc set contains 3 previously unaired episodes. Okay. Ivor the Engine is a British cutout animation television series created by Oliver Postgate and Peter Furman's Small Films Company. It follows the adventures of a small green steam locomotive who lives in the top left-hand corner of Wales and works for the Merioneth and Lanticilly Railway Traction Company Limited. His friends include Jones the Steam, Evans the Song, and Die Station, among many other characters. Having produced the live Alexander the Mouse and the stop-motion animation The Journey of Master Ho for his employers Associated Rediffusion ITV in partnership with Furman, Oliver Postgate and his partners set up Small Films in a disused cowshed at Furman's home in Blean near Canterbury, Kent. Ivor the Engine was Small Film's first production and drew inspiration from Postgate's World War II encounters with Welshman Denzel Ellis, a former railway locomotive fireman with the Royal Scot Train, who described how steam engines came to life when you spent time steaming them up in the morning. Postgate decided to locate the story to North Wales as it was more inspirational than the flat terrain of the English Midlands. The storylines drew heavily on and were influenced by the works of South Wales poet Dylan Thomas. Kolchak the Night Stalker, an American television series that aired on ABC during the 1974-1975 season. The series followed wire service reporter Carl Kolchak, who investigates mysterious crimes with unlikely causes, particularly those involving the supernatural or science fiction, including fantastic creatures. The series was preceded by the two television movies The Night Stalker in 1972 and The Night Strangler in 1973. Although the series lasted only a single season, it rapidly achieved cult status and has remained very popular in syndication. Chris Carter cited Kolchak as a tremendous influence in creating his franchise, The X-Files. 2005, inspired by the success, The X-Files producer Frank Spotnitz resurrected the series as Night Stalker with a new cast and characters, as well as subsequent novels and comic books. The new series was a ratings bomb, however, and was quietly canceled after only 6 of the 10 episodes which had been produced were aired. Oof. $1 Million Extreme presents World Peace. World Peace is an American post-ironic comedy television series starring and created by sketch comedy group $1 Million Extreme, which premiered on Adult Swim on August 5th, 2016. On December 5th, 2016, the show was canceled. It was available to stream on the Adult Swim website until its removal on June 12, 2020. Each episode of World Peace was the Adult Swim standard of 11 minutes in length and starred $1 Million Extreme troop leader Sam Hyde and frequent collaborators Nick Rockford and Charles Carroll. Eric Hayden, another MDE sketch collaborator, also appeared in 4 episodes in an also starring role. Andrew Roos, who worked with the troupe in the past, directed the series in addition to serving as writer and executive producer alongside Sam, Nick, and Charles. The show claimed to be set in a post-apocalyptic nightmare world that satirizes the current political climate. Each episode was made up of multiple sketches connected by hyper-stylized transitional graphics. The end of each episode features a musical guest, though each guest performance was incomplete and was used to provide a bed of closing credits music. Children's Hospital is an American black comedy television series and web series that parodies the medical drama genre, created by and starring actress comedian Rod Cordry. The series began on the web on the WB.com with 10 episodes roughly 5 minutes in length, all of which premiered on December 8, 2008. Adult Swim picked up the rights to the show in 2009 and began airing the episodes in 2010. The storyline centers on the staff of Children's Hospital, a children's hospital named after Dr. Arthur Children's. The hospital sporadically and usually without reason is mentioned as being located within Brazil, despite making virtually no effort to conceal that the series is shot in Los Angeles, California, except for the 5th season, which was set in an American military base in Japan. Cordry is part of an ensemble cast portrayed the hospital's doctors, which also includes Lake Bell, Aaron Hayes, Rob Huebel, Ken Mariano, and Megan Mullally. Henry Winkler and Malin Ackerman joined the cast starting with the 2nd season as a hospital administrator and a doctor, respectively. Zandy Hartig and Brian Husky recurred throughout the show's run, but were credited within the main cast for the 5th season. Show ran for 7 seasons. Its final episode aired on April 15th, 2016. Okay. Chargeman Ken. It's a science fiction animated series created by Tetsuji Suzukawa and Eiji Tanaka and animated by NAC Productions. It was directed by Noboru Miura and written by Masaki Wakuda, Toyohiro Ando, and Yoshio Tomato, with the characters designed by Tanaka. A total of 65 episodes were broadcast in syndication on TBS from April 1st to June 28th, 1974, in 10-minute slots from 5:30 to 5:40 p.m., Monday through Friday. Each episode of the series is a self-contained story. Discotek Media currently licenses the series outside of Japan. You're in the Picture. It was an American television game show that aired on CBS for only 1 episode on Friday, January 20th, 1961 at 9:30 p.m., the evening of the inauguration of John F. Kennedy. The show, created by Don Limp and Bob Saenz, was an attempt by its host and star Jackie Gleason to demonstrate versatility after success within variety shows and The Honeymooners. Gleason was joined by Johnny Olson, an announcer, and Dennis James doing live commercials for sponsored Kellogg cereal. Technically, the show could be said to have run for 2 episodes, since the following Friday, Gleason appeared at the same time but in a studio stripped to the brick walls, and using the time to give what Time magazine called an inspiring post-mortem, asking rhetorically, how was it possible for a group of trained people to put on so big a flop? Time later cited, You're in the Picture was one piece of evidence that the 1960 to 61 TV season was the worst in the 13-year history of U.S. network television. Wow. A 4-member celebrity panel would stick their heads into life-size illustration of a famous scene or song lyric with a hole cut out, then take turns asking yes or no questions to Gleason to try to figure out what scene they were a part of. If they were able to figure out the scene, 100 care packages were donated in their name. If they were stumped, the care packages were donated in Gleason's name. Live music was provided by a Dixieland band, supposedly arranged by Gleason himself, who had some experience in easy listening arrangements outside his television work, under the direction of Norman Lydon. Huh. Interesting. Slineko. Whoa, 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 what? Contains materials not suitable for a younger audience. The following images and or content may be disturbing to some use. Okay, we're not gonna watch this. One of the strangest puppet characters on that. We're not gonna watch this because I don't want to get in trouble for it. I don't want to get like copyright striked or some weird stuff. So I'm gonna leave that. You guys can go and investigate that on your own. I'm gonna leave it because I'm scared. Hello from Berlin is a British educational television series co-produced by the BBC and the Goethe Institute. It was produced in a magazine style with reports, interviews, music, and animated sequences aimed at beginner German speakers from ages 11 to 14. The series is 10 episodes aired in the BBC schools from September 19, 1996. It has been used as German teaching aid in the United Kingdom, United States, Canada, France, Monaco, Italy, San Marino, and Czech Republic, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Finland, Iceland, Hungary, Poland, the Netherlands, Slovakia, Romania, Ukraine, Greece, Cyprus, Israel, Saudi Arabia, India, and Australia. Wow! The main characters are Marco Walther, Jessica Koenig, Daniel Augustin, Esther Walk, Thomas Lindell, and Miriam Kasten, a group of young people who introduce the audience to everyday life in Berlin. An animated sketch and song performed by the host characters, Roland Schmidt and Rita, whatever that is, appears in every episode, with the sketch not appearing in the 10th and last episode, Unser Berlin. Oh, that's cool. Popeye the Performer. Alright, so this is... I'm also not going to watch those because I don't want to, again, get in trouble, show something I shouldn't, or get copyright striked. So you guys can look into that too. Limited education. Okay, well, it's TV show. Alright, can't find anything on this, but it looks like a Korean. Let's go to images. Geez, does IMDb describe it, please? Yes. Lomantat is a short-term contract teacher in Masao College who barely manages to keep his job after 5 years of dealing with underachieving students to scrape a living. Constantly being alienated by his colleagues and dressed down by his superiors, making matters worse for him, his newly appointed principal, Luing, who has introduced a strict evaluation system in which contrast teachers who underperform will face eliminations. How will Mr. Lowe and his students rise up to the challenge? Alright, that's a show. Private Snafu is the title character of a series of black and white American instructional adult animated shorts, ironic and humorous in tone, that were produced between 1943 and 1945 during World War II. The films were designed to instruct service personnel about security, proper sanitation habits, booby traps, and other military subjects, and to improve troop morale. Primarily, they demonstrate the negative consequences of doing things wrong. The main character's name is a play on the military slang acronym SNAFU, situation normal, all effed up. The cleaned up version of that phrase, usually used on the radio and print, was situation normal, all fouled up. The series was directed by Chuck Jones and other prominent Hollywood animators, and the voice of Private Snafu was performed by Mel Blanc. Right, we're on the last 3 levels. Squirrel and Hedgehog is a North Korean animated series made by SEK Studio from 1977 to the 2010s. Squirrel and Hedgehog is one of the most popular animated series in North Korea. The show was supposedly discontinued in 2013, which was around the time North Korean state television changed its broadcasting schedule, which cut several animated programs along with it. Wow. They had a cartoon in North Korea? Alright, well, I'm assuming this is as much information as I'm going to find on it. There is speculation among overseas critics that squirrels and hedgehogs are the North Koreans, mice are the South Koreans, weasels are the Japanese, and the wolves are the Americans, which are excuse me, which are argued to coincide with metaphorical interpretations of the country's geopolitical environment. But this allegorical interpretation is never revealed in the series, and staff at the SEK studio claim that this allegorical interpretation is not true. They repeatedly allege that this animation was created to teach love, friendship, and patriotism to children, but other SEK staff said the weasels, mice, and wolves symbolize foreign invaders, imperialists. Overseas critics also think the messages the shows portray are violent and don't teach kids good moral behavior, mainly due to the use of weaponry and gore, not to mention the repeated use of vulgar slurs. It, however, has been praised for its animation as the series progressed, along with its uniquely military concept of storytelling. The show's violence far outweighs that of Tom and Jerry, and that there is frequent use of guns and blood and gore. Oh my god. That's dark. Turn On is an American sketch comedy series that aired on ABC in February 1969. Only one episode was shown, leaving one episode unaired, and the show is considered one of the most infamous flops in TV history. Turn On's sole broadcast episode was shown on Wednesday, February 5th, 1969 at 8:30 p.m. ET, replacing the Wednesday episode of Peyton Place. Among the cast were Teresa Graves, who would join the Laugh In cast that fall, Hamilton Camp, and Chuck McCann. The writing staff included Albert Brooks. The guest host for the first episode was Tim Conway, who also participated in certain sketches. Turn On's premise was it was produced by a computer. Distinguishing characteristics of the show were its use of the Moog synthesizer and lack of sets, except for a white backdrop. Unlike Laugh In, Turn On focused almost exclusively on sex as a comedic subject, using various rapid-fire jokes and risque skits, but no laugh track. The program was filmed instead of presented live or on videotape. Several of the jokes were presented with the screen divided into 4 squares resembling comic strip panels. The production credits on the episode appeared after each commercial break instead of conventionally at the beginning or end. Really? That's weird. Anyways, Posh Nosh. It's a 2003 British television program that parodies television chefs. Title and outline are references to a cooking show pilot pitched by Neil Hamilton and Christian Hamilton. Neil and Christian Hamilton. Why? I don't know why they're not listed as such. Written by John Cantor and Arbella Vere, from an idea by Vere, and directed and script edited by Chris Langham. The program stars Arabella Vere and Richard E. Grant as chefs the Han. Simon and Minty Marchmont, owners of a very posh restaurant called the Quill and Tassel. There were 8 9-minute episodes in which the chefs carry out their mission to bring extraordinary food to ordinary people. Simon and Minty prepare various dishes ranging from Arctic's fish and chips to bread and butter pudding, offering snooty and frequently surreal commentary along the way. For instance, they employ words in odd ways in parody of specific culinary terminology, such as interrogate a lemon, and their cooked vegetables are not peeled but embarrassed, after which they might be annoyed instead of boiled. They also frequently insist on ultra-specific, often prohibitively expensive or non-existent ingredients such as Greek currants that you actually have to fly to Greece to buy, or organic salt. That is a weird sounding show. Comedy Nation was a British sketch comedy television program that premiered at midnight, January 9th, 1982 on BBC Two. The first series consists of 13 episodes, each containing 30 sketches. Each episode of the first series cost £29,000 to produce. Wow. This is also the shortest Wikipedia article I've ever seen. Last 2. Jerk Beast.
Okay, let's have a show meeting. I think we should reassess our form.
Okay, you know what? Again, just to stay safe, I'm not gonna watch that on stream. You guys can go and find it easy. But this scares me. I don't wanna get in trouble. Chip the Black Boy. David Nikram Lieb, also credited as D.L. Hart, which is what I'm going to call him. Born April 19, 1957, is an American musician, painter, puppeteer, and actor. He's best known for his appearance on Adult Swim's Tim and Eric Awesome Show. Great job performing bizarre puppetry and singing in a variety of voice characterizations. He's also known in the Los Angeles area for his role as the puppeteer on the Junior Christian Teaching Bible Lesson Program, a local public access television cable TV program, as well as for performing his puppet, Doug the Dog, just outside the Hollywood Bowl and Los Angeles Music Center, after shows where he is known to many concert goers simply as the Puppet Man. He is also been known at times as David Hart, David Lieber Mintz, David Unger Hart, David King Label Hart, and DL Hart. Can I get to Chip the Black Boy? Which just feels kind of weird saying. Known for Chip the Black Boy, which I believe is a music thing. I think it's a... Yeah, it's music. It's music. It's by David Lieber Hart. Talks about he just sings songs. Little Puppet Son is taking a dark turn, hanging out with the wrong crowd, practicing witchcraft and rapping. Yeah, so I am not going to follow the creepy lad in his arcane journeys on Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, and Facebook. Also join his Facebook Death Cult. Yeah, so there you go. That's Chip the Black Boy. There he is right there. This is odd. Tomorrow's Pioneers. Okay, I also have a video for this. Tomorrow's Pioneers, also known as the Pioneers of Tomorrow, is a Palestinian children's television show. The series was produced by the Hamas-affiliated television station Al Aqsa TV from April 13, 2007 to October 16, 2009, and featured the young host Sarah Barhom and her co-host, a large costume animal, as they perform skits or scenes and discuss life in Palestine in a talk show fashion with call-ins from children, typically age of 9 to 13, with some as young as 3. Presented in a children's educational format similar to such of other preschool shows as Sesame Street or Barney and Friends, Tomorrow's Pioneers is highly controversial as it contains anti-Semitism, Islamism, anti-Americanism, and other anti-Western themes. I'm not going to read any more into that, but there is another video I'm going to recommend. Okay, Nick Crowley's The TV Show That Brainwashed Children. It's an hour and a half all about this show. I highly recommend it. It's very well made, very interesting. He goes into a lot more detail than I will, and a lot more detail than this article will. So I highly recommend watching that video if you want to learn more about it. It's very well made. This is the one I alluded to earlier. Heil Honey, I'm Home is a British sitcom written by Jeff Atkinson and produced in 1990, which was canceled after one episode. It centers on Adolf Hitler and Eva Braun, who live next door to a Jewish couple, Arnie and Rosa Goldenstein. The show spoofs elements of mid-20th century American sitcoms and is driven by Hitler's inability to get along with his neighbors. It caused controversy when broadcast and has been called perhaps the world's most tasteless situation comedy. I watched an episode. I believe it's on YouTube. I'm going to check. Heil, Honey, I'm Home. Yes, is the first episode is on YouTube. I watched it. I hate to say it. It made me laugh. It was pretty funny sometimes. Fun with Roadkill Handbook. Not watching this. It's going to show real dead animals, I'm assuming. Y'all can look at that on your own. Yeah. Panel Lessons TV series. Moving on. Is an American music education television series featuring piano lessons from G. Aldo Randegger. It originally aired in New York City on W2XAB and the then experimental television station of Columbia Broadcasting System, CBS, from October 8, 1931 to 1932. Piano Lessons is among the earliest regularly scheduled television programs. Due to lack of any preservation, the entire series is widely accepted as being completely lost. The series consisted of piano lessons given by Professor G. Aldo Radinger and aired on mechanical television. The first episode aired on October 8th, 1931, as announced in the radio news section of the Daily Star newspaper. Originally a 30-minute series, it later aired in a 15-minute time slot. It aired without commercials, as American television was not yet a commercial service due to the highly experimental nature of early television broadcasting. In a television listing from 1932, the series is listed at 8:15 p.m. on Mondays, preceded by The Television Ghost and followed by Ukulele Player, Jack Peterson. In an earlier television listing from the same year, it is listed as airing at 9 p.m., preceded by songs by Doris Sharp and followed by songs by the Shannon Brothers. There's a little bit more. November 19, 1932 edition of The Sun featured a section called The Picture Gallery with letters from viewers. A letter written named Alan Pollner in Brooklyn said television programs are improving, especially from W2XAB, and last week I looked in and was more than pleased with the results, citing both piano lessons as well as segments with Gladys Kahn and Kane Whitney. The same viewer was not impressed with programs by stations W2XR and W1XAV and felt television needed longer programming hours. And speaking of, here's The Television Ghost. It's an American dramatic horror anthology television series featuring ghost stories presented by George Kettling as the ghost of various murder victims. It originally aired in New York City on W2XAB, now WCBS-TV, an experimental television station of Columbia Broadcasting System, from August 17, 1931 to February 15, 1933. Due to a lack of any preservation, the entire series is widely accepted as being completely lost. The ghosts of murder victims would tell the story of their respective murders. George Kelting was the storyteller and acted as the ghost, wearing white makeup and having a towel draped over his head. Due to technical limitations at the time, the visual effects were not impressive. The camera showed only Kelting's head. That's dark. And we are on to the final layer of this iceberg. Unwind with Sweeties. You guys can look into this on your own again. Again, I don't really feel comfortable watching videos on here, especially because who knows what they're going to be. Wow, these have a lot of views. Yeah, go ahead and look into that for yourself. Sister Who Presents is another... Oh, Lord.
Welcome. I am Sister Who. For more than 25 years now.
Okay, so that's another thing. You guys can look into that on your own. So that's what that is. And finally, this... Hey, fandom, glad you're lurking. Is this. This is the last thing on the iceberg. For the life of me, I still can't figure out how to translate this. It looks like a Hebrew puppet show type thing. I don't know how to translate this. What if I do... I just want the whole... Can I just have the entire thingy? No, just... There we go. Control C. Control V. What is this? Oh, it's all in a different language. It's all in a different language. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. I got it. Kishkashta was the main character in one of the first Israeli educational television shows, Ma Pitom, What on Earth or No Way, written by, among other screenwriters, Tamar Adar. The show aired in the 1970s and 80s where there was only one television station in Israel. TV was still black and white and there was only a few hours of television a day. Kishkashta was a talking cactus, a felt puppet equivalent to Big Bird, who introduced himself singing a solitary song. Ma Pitom, they call me Kishkashta. Kishkashta is my name. I almost forgot. Hello, I sing and dance almost by myself in the program Ma Pitom. There it all is in Hebrew. The show consisted of Kishkashta asking questions of himself as well as of the Israeli children who were his co-hosts. Nira Rabinovich, now involved in New Age ideals in Israel, co-starred with Kishkashta in many of the show's episodes and sang the song Ma Pitom with Kishkashta in the opening act. In Israel, the cactus is a symbol of Israeli-born Jews called sabras, prickly pear, as opposed to those who immigrated later, even though the cactus itself is not a native plant. Kishkashta embodied the image of Israeli sabra identity, a character rough from the outside but soft and sweet from the inside. He had a deep, melancholic voice and possessed an independent spirit, exuding the Dugri, straight sabra character, from which Israelis are known. 121 episodes? Jesus. That's a lot of episodes. 30 minutes per episode. That's so many. And that is the entire iceberg. That's the whole iceberg. I didn't go over everything because I don't want to get in trouble for showing videos and having those have things I can't show, or like getting copyright strikes or something like that. So yes, so if you really want to know about Unwind with Sweeties, Sister Who Presents, Jerk Beast, Fun with Roadkill Handbook, Slineko, you can go and watch those for yourself. But that'll be all for today. So we're gonna go raid a channel. M Bison Fuetes just started, so yeah. Let's give him a raid. Let's give him a little bit of a raid. But yes, thank all you little ghosties for tuning in. It was nice to do this. This was a fun change. But I'm glad I got to do it. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.